Hey, yo, it's me, Pops Fan Marmalade, and you're watching the Comics-Related Madness Network. So come get some.
Gotta have my Pops.
America's southern border has become a war zone. Human traffickers, drug smugglers, and terrorists flow across the Rio Grande with impunity, secure in the knowledge that no one will stop them. A distant federal government lectures Americans on their privilege while punishing overworked Border Patrol agents who were helpless to stem the tidal wave of invaders and determined migrants. Second-generation Cuban-American Marcos Zamora is a military vet, more patriotic than most Americans. No longer able to ignore the chaos at his doorstep, he acts. Joined by his best friend Gus, they hit the border every night, saving lives while stopping violent drug cartels and other opportunists. The government reacts with fury at Marcos' attempts to preserve American sovereignty, deploying the full might of their enforcement agencies. But Marcos understands that the only thing the rich and powerful fear is bad publicity, and he records every encounter. Whoever he is, this private American must be stopped. Illustrated by Richard Bonk and written by Eisner winner Mike Barron, Private American is his version of Captain America, and maybe a little Punisher, taking part in this ongoing, violent, and very real battle of good versus evil in the war for American sovereignty. Grab your copy at theprivateamerican.com.
We have a secure border, and that is a priority for our administration.
I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it, you know I be on the way. Yeah, it's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving it, so all you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work.
The original intention of the film was just for my personal use, but I thought, with it being such a unique thing, that I'd like to offer it to anybody who wants to see it. Things like that. And it's just a unique film of him.
He says, I beat you. He says, they say we came in under the dead heat. He says, that's not true because I beat you. And the American said, well, he says, if you like to think so, he says, but I know the real story. He says, I know I clearly won that one. See?
We've all heard the stories. We've all heard the legends. Wyatt Earp, Doc Holliday, Billy the Kid. But there's a secret history to the Old West. One that seems too strange to be true, but, well, we all know what they say about the truth. Very big ape, very big guns, blowing very big holes, very bad people. I think the world is finally ready to hear the story of the strangest, the most startling Western hero of them all. Six-gun gorilla, long days of vengeance.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
The sun peeks over the horizon. Your excitement builds. The animals in the field start to stir. The forest comes alive with sounds. The sunlight glimmers off the lake, and the mountains start to shed their morning fog. So load up your favorite ammo, grab a few buddies, and head out to make some memories. And tell the rest of the world that you've gone hunting. Gone hunting is a 1 to 4 player game of family fun where you build a unique hunting ground, scout different animals, buy weapons and gear, and roll dice to hunt. Complete objectives and try not to miss. So let's load up the truck and back gone hunting today. See you in the field.
The Madness Comic Network and Comic-Related Madness proudly presents Monday Madness, featuring Pops and the Richness and indie creators from around the world. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
The professor cannot be in. But you know what? We got the doctor.
So just sit right down, relax, open your ears real wide and say, give it to me straight, doctor, I can take it.
Kick the chocks out from under the wheels. Flaps up. No offense, Margaret. Contact. We're off. Rum, rum.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you.
The doctor is, in fact, in, baby. Let me bring out the founder of the feast. You know him. You love him.
I'm looking for a man who You have found one.
Won't you get in trouble if the boss shows up?
Oh, no, is the boss here? Hey, wait, I'm the boss.
Stick him up, please. Smoke, if you wish.
Come on!
Damn, that hurts, doesn't it?
You know what's up.
What's up, Pops? Get in here, bro.
Well, he did say smoke if you wish. So.
I said, you know, whoa. Katie, I'm so sorry that you have to come in behind all this. Let's welcome our guest, the Dragon Child herself, Katie Shaw.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Katie.
Feeling okay, Pops. That sounds rough.
He thought he would just come out and die instead of
Right?
promoting you.
Don't die.
Yeah,
Nobody
don't die.
wants that.
Yeah, don't die. Not now. Later. Do it later. Katie, how are you?
Doing good. Almost hit 20% on the funding, so that's awesome.
Fantastic. And we're going to be doing a deep dive into Katie's campaign over on the Kickstarter, Dragon Child issue number 8. We can't wait to see it.
I want to begin this little segment right here by saying Katie may be new to crowdfunding. Katie is not new to selling comic books. Okay. Katie been selling comic books for a while. She's on issue number 8. She sells at cons. She's, she has a website that she sells out of. But this is her first time bringing her product to crowdfunding.
And I will admit it's terrifying. Because you have no idea what's going to happen. And when the first backer backed it, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yes, at least one.
Then,
thank you, guys.
Yeah, no, exactly. And then second one came in and, so on from there. And I'm just like, each and every one I'm sending, thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Yes.
And that's the whole thing. It's like a lot of people just, whatever. Like Christie Shinn, she sends every single person a message. Not necessarily a nice one, but she sends everybody a message, right? Every single backer.
She will give you a custom insult for backing her.
Yes,
exactly.
Free of charge, custom
exactly. On brand.
She acknowledges everybody, and it's all in fun. She's not really insulting people. Well, maybe some of you, but just saying,
they know who they are.
Yeah. we got Sam in the chat. We got Sean in the chat. What's up, guys? Sean launched his book today too.
Woo!
Y'all got to go check that out. I'll make sure I drop that link in here at some point.
I have a hard time keeping up. There's so much good stuff coming out right now.
Yes.
I mean, wow. There's no such thing as too much. There's just a lot.
Cody Valiant. That's his book over there. I'm gonna drop that link in the chat real quick. But you guys,
Katie, For those that have been living under a rock and they don't know who you are, tell the folks watching who you are and what you're about.
Sure. Yeah, I'm Katie Shaw, and I'm the cartoonist behind Dragon Child. That is this. So this is issue 7.
Hold on.
But it is a modern day fantasy comic. It's for all ages, so anybody can read it, and it is in black and white. I grew up reading black and white comics, such as Bone was my first big, entry into comics.
Hail Jeff Smith.
And, absolutely. And honestly, between Pops, talking up everybody doing crowdfunding, and the fact that during the pandemic, Jeff Smith launched Tukey as his first Kickstarter. I'm like, okay, Jeff Smith did it. I better do it.
There you go. There you go.
To be real. Yeah. And so basically the story behind Dragon Child is mythical creatures are real, because let's be real, that's the idea that I personally want to live in. And they've been hiding since the Middle Ages because they find us humans terrifying. And they want to find a way
other neat adjectives, huh?
Yeah. And so, all these creatures are running out of space to hide. And so they want to find a way to integrate with humanity. And to do that, they figure the best way is to befriend one human and have their help to make it all work. And so that human is picked by the dragons, and therefore, by circumstance, is the Dragon Child. Now, unbeknownst to her, she has been given certain powers, and in issue 8, she's going to start learning about what some of those are. So up to this point, she has, met certain mythical creatures. So she's met the elves, has talked to some of their court, and at the end of issue 7, she met her first dragon, which is Ember.
Nice.
So,
and that's Ember. Which one is that?
Yes.
Ember?
Yes. So
Now,
little
you're
green
gonna
dragon on
find
the
out
front.
that all these dragons have their own personalities, their own thing, and you can actually own them.
That's right.
So I make this beautiful lady.
Now look, this is the creator of the story, the creator of the concept, actually making these. This isn't like, oh, I sent off to China to have them made. This is the creator of the book also putting her love into a product that goes along with the book.
Yeah.
And,
So she takes me a full week to make. And, it's one of those things that, to be honest, when I first started doing cons, I, wanted to have something to spice up the booth more than just the first issue, some prints and some sketches. And my answer to myself was, well, I've made a couple stuffed animals in my life. Let's try and make my main, favorite character. And so I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I'm a perfectionist at everything I do. So I gave it my best shot, and this is now what they look like. And I am so proud.
That is so cool. So cool.
And then in order to get past the whole week thing, I also make hand puppets.
Hand puppets! So
these guys are, the head's a bit bigger to fit your hand in it. But there's a dozen different ones that I make. They're all the different characters. And on the back of their little ear tags, it has their names. So this one's Ash.
Wonderful.
This is actually Ember's brother. But so, and they are available as options that you can get with different tiers, and the puppets specifically are also add-on choices.
I love it.
But
I freaking love those.
They're my babies.
I love them. I love them. Listen, I was all into puppetry when I was younger, and I just freaking love puppets. What can I say? Too much Sesame Street when I was young, I guess.
Oh yeah, no. If I were born, a decade or two earlier, I would have loved to work with Jim Henson. And yeah, no, even if just to make them would have been great. But
I know, right?
And to be honest, like puppets, I mean stuffed animals too, because I love stuffed animals, but being able to, just play with people with puppets is fantastic. And I feel like it's one of those things, especially at cons, you have to have an icebreaker. And, having bright, colorful, covers on the comics helps, having a bright purple tablecloth helps, but having a tree filled with dragons and dragon puppets
Yes.
You can't beat that.
And,
the light up, expression on kids' faces, and
yeah,
even the
and
adults,
kids
let's be
will
real.
they will buy into a puppet in a heartbeat. They will engage with it
yeah.
like it's real.
And how hard is it for a parent to walk away?
No. So I
want that.
A couple weeks ago, I was at Rose City Comic Con up in Portland, and there was a family that tried to get one puppet, and they had 3 kids. And so the one kid picked out the one puppet, and the other kids, I think, were off doing something else at the time. Well, the family came back, and they're like, "We need to get 2 more puppets." And so it's real fun though, because there's the dozen different ones to pick from, and so it's real interesting to see, depending on who the people are, which one of those dozen are they going to feel the most of a connection with. And I had real fun taking a picture of the rainbow colors of, if you go a little bit further down, Pops.
Okay. Oh, I gotta find the puppets. Where's
there? There you go. Up,
the big ones.
Up a little bit. A little bit
there
more.
You go.
There they
puppets.
are.
There they are.
Now,
So
look,
dozen.
I'm gonna ask you, Katie, to make a graphic with a bigger picture, so we can really see those. Because even on my huge blown up screen, they're pretty small.
Yeah. No, I'll put one up. I had it before, but I felt like it was cluttering it a bit too much.
Oh, just put one picture up with your hand in one so we can see it, like put it on that graphic right next to it or whatever.
Exactly.
Just one so we can see it blown up a little bit.
Yeah. I love these.
Yeah. I'll put one up with the set of 2 of them up at the top of the reward.
I think a whole bunch of people would love these.
Yeah.
Give a better look at it.
It's gorgeous workmanship.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. That's artistry. Let's take a look at this video, Pops.
Oh, you want me to go all the way back up, huh?
I do. I want you to go up there and
all right.
Let's take a look.
I shall mute myself and embiggen the screen and all that stuff and see y'all in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Hello, everyone. I'm Katie Shaw, the cartoonist behind Dragon Child, and I would like to welcome you all to the Kickstarter for Dragon Child issue 8. Dragon Child is a modern-day fantasy comic where mythical creatures are real, and the dragons have picked one human to represent all of those different creatures to humanity. That unsuspecting human girl is Ryu Kodomo, our main character. First, she learns that elves are real when she meets Chase, a young elf in the woods. And now she's face to face with the reality that dragons are real too. Specifically, Ryu has just met Ember, a cute young dragon who's very excited to be here. And that brings us to Dragon Child issue 8. Which picks up right where issue 7 left off. Scope-wise, this particular issue is 32 pages of black and white comic. I have fully completed the cover, inked 20 out of the 32 pages, with 2 more partially inked, leaving 12 pages left to ink, toning for the whole issue, proofreading, and then I can get things sent off to the printer. To both get the issue printed and get more eyes on Dragon Child, I turn to you all. Reward-wise, there are many options past issue 8, including the ability to adopt some of my handmade dragons. Yes, you heard that right. I hand-make my dragon characters into large plush toys and puppets too. You can also select the catch-up tier to get issues 1 through 7 if you're new to the series. Even though this is my first crowdfunding campaign, I'm excited to see what this will do to help grow my audience and bring excitement around the series. Thank you all for being here and your support. I hope that you're as excited as I am to see Dragon Child 8 get printed and have it in your hands to read. Yay!
Yes.
I love it.
Now then, I want everybody to understand, like I said, this is her first Kickstarter, her first crowdfunder, but she's been selling these books for a while now. Okay. She's actually been kind of a fixture at CromCon for the last year or so, comes out here and talks about it all the time. And I know most of you follow the stuff that you buy through the crowdfunding. most of the people that watch our shows and stuff, they're on Indiegogo, they're on Kickstarter. But these ones, man, you could, we've been talking about these. You could pick these up on her website the whole time. Okay.
Yeah. Now, that's the point. This is crowdfunding issue 8, but there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other issues to get into this lore. And let me ask you, Katie, is there a catch-up tier?
There are. So there is both a catch-up tier for digital, especially for people who don't live in the U.S., and there is a catch-up tier for the physical copies as well.
Fantastic.
So you can absolutely do that. Now, in addition to that, I also have all the individual issues available as add-ons. So if you have joined the series at any point and you need, not just issue 8 or not just the whole series, you can pick and choose to get exactly where you need to be. And all of my trades, which includes the one that's right there on the splash page there, which includes 1 through 6, in addition to the half trades, the mini volumes 1 and 2, all 3 of those and the hardcover version of the full trade are all available as add-ons. So for any of the tiers, feel free to customize that to make it exactly what you need to get you from where you're at.
Fantastic.
You can see right there, she says she's been self-publishing since 2013. Okay. This ain't going to go away, you guys. Okay. It's just going to keep getting bigger. So go check it out. Serious business. Because, 1 through 7, she's been selling on her website and selling. And she sells at cons. And this was the whole thing. This is the thing I like about Katie. When she's at a con, she takes pictures of her setup. She takes pictures of the fans that buy stuff, and she posts it in the madness.
I do.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. You put it there, then I can show everybody else, right? And I try to tell that to people. Put it where I can see it, so I can do something with it. So I need to get you on one of the shows, or I need to tell Doc to get you on his show, or whatever. But you got to put stuff where I can see it. And then we go
all about getting it in front of the eyes, right? You got to get it in front of as many eyeballs as you physically can.
You got to make art and you got to show it to people.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Now, have you scheduled something with Nita? You're going to be on one of them shows?
I have not yet. I need to do that.
Laurie now runs the Tuesday Morning Brew. Okay, so you can talk to her. We got like so many shows going on now that I think everybody, at some point or another is looking for guests. So we're going to be able to, that's another way we're going to be able to help creators more. We got 20 shows next month that we'll be doing weekly. So that's a lot more places that we can put you, and each one of those shows goes to different destinations besides the madness. Okay.
Exactly.
When Doc's show goes to his channel, Rich's shows go to his channel, Laurie's shows go to her channel, as well as madness. We got Ginge and Pedro, all kinds of people doing this now.
And Katie, I would love to have you on my show. It's a morning.
What I'm saying?
It's a morning.
Let me know. I am available.
It's a nice morning show. Kind of, if you think your favorite morning radio TV show, it's kind of like that. We just drink coffee, we cut up, we crack jokes, and we talk. It's not really a shill stream, but I do have a guest on, and I like to talk to creators about themselves, not so much about their product.
But in your case, your product
In
your case, your product is puppets and stuff, and he really likes those, so he'll talk about those.
Well, I was just going to say, however, in your case, you and all your friends can come on and hang out. That would be great. That would be great. So I'll reach out to you. I'll send you a link and we'll set something up.
That'd be perfect.
And the other thing, I know there's a lot of artists in this group that love to watch as somebody levels up. Like Sim and Brian and people like that, they love to watch the progression of somebody's art, and watch them getting better and better. And they love telling people about it when they see it. we get to watch your art progress for the last almost 10 years.
I know. Think about that, Katie. You're coming up on 10 years.
No, I know. Next year, October, will be 10 years of selling this comic.
Dragon
And
Child, 10 years in the making.
The very first was in, I want to say it was like October 14th or whatever it was for APE that year, and which is an Alternative Press Expo. Unfortunately, that show is no more. Fingers crossed it comes back one day. But it was my debut show, and it was really fun. I shared the booth with one of my friends who had a bunch of fan art, and I'm sitting there with my original stuff just being like, hey, come look at my comic, I got issue 1. And at that point it was the first time that I'd really gotten anything like that printed, and so it was really exciting just to see, like, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, like, seeing it go from being in pencils, which I love, to because I do everything by hand initially. I can't not do that. All these people who can do everything all digital don't understand it.
Right.
But inking everything and seeing it in black and white on the screen is one thing, but I love printed comics.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but it's like seeing it in all of its printed glory for the first time. It doesn't get old.
I liken that experience to, as a painter, when I go into the store and I put it into a frame, like, oh, there it is.
Right.
Same thing.
The way that it should be, right?
Yeah. When you get your product in your hand and then you go, yay, and now I'm going to sell them.
Well, and
also,
part of it
wanted
is
to make people aware this is also on Webtoons, right?
Yes. So the first 7 issues you can read on Webtoon. I've been putting it on Tapas. I want to say we're up to issue 5 on that one. I took a slightly different approach with Tapas than I did to Webtoon. So Webtoon, I added everything where, each upload is the whole issue. Right. And to be honest, that was a mistake. Just because it doesn't engage with customers as much. So, people who are more familiar than I was when I first started uploading to Webtoon, say uploading maybe 4 pages at once or the equivalent thereof in panels. That is more the bite size that tends to work, I
looking
find.
For the shorts.
Yeah. And so for Tapas, that's what I've done, where, I put the cover as its own thing, and then I put the first 4 pages, and then I add up every week in sets of 4. But currently, like I said, everything up to the end of issue 7 is available, plus the cover with the advertisement for the Kickstarter on Webtoon currently. And on my website, you can read the first 3. The difference there is on my website, everything's full resolution. On Webtoon, because of their size issues, it's down to like 115%.
There's one suggestion I'd make.
DPI.
I'd make people on Webtoons. I would put it. I mean, if my project's like done, I'd put up a page a day.
Yeah.
To train people to come back to my page every day, to get views every day. You know what I mean?
Oh, for
it's
sure.
like that's exactly how I do it. I'd put a page.
Well,
a day,
and it's the difference, again, between just not being familiar with how it worked. Because what I was doing was I would basically be uploading on an upload schedule of once a week, and I would still do the 4 pages at a time thing. Mm-hmm. But I didn't realize that it didn't update people when you updated that particular file. So even though they were all being added to the same section per issue, which was the mistake, I thought, okay, when it gets updated, they'll get a little notification saying, hey, here's the new, updated version. But it only ever got shot out when it got started per section. So that's, if I were to do it again. But at that point, I was like, okay, new thing. Let's try it, and live and learn.
Yep. Excuse me just a minute, guys. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No worries.
So we got rewards. Actually, we got Laurie. I'm going to bring Laurie in if she's ready. Wave if you're ready. Okay. Hi, Laurie. What's happening?
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Very good, thanks.
You guys know each other?
No.
Oh, well, you need to, because I need a zombie dragon. I'm just saying,
Right, wouldn't that be cool? I want a zombie dragon too.
That would be fun. I actually
got-
had
zombie.
A commission that, it's like people are poking and being like, eventually this is what I want. And they wanted a black dragon with a skeleton design sort of on the surface, but then having the rib cage around a exterior heart. And I was like, I want to surprise them by making it glow.
Cool.
And having, like a little internal light that you can turn on inside the heart. But
So
eventually
we got a
that'll be
$5
awesome.
digital for number 8, $5. $10 early bird dragon child. This ends when?
25 copies.
25 copies. So the first 25 copies of this one is all you're going to get. After that, then it's $12. So the first $25 is only $10. After that, you got to pay $12. Get some. Catch up tier PDFs, all 8 issues for $35. Now, how many pages is each?
So the average is 24. Issue 6 and then the new one, issue 8, are 32s.
Okay. Starting to grow.
But I don't price them any different based on that.
Got the retail tier. Get a 10-pack of the new issue, number 8, at a discount. There you go, $40 for 10 of them, $4 a piece. Early bird catch up. Get all 8 issues. See, now we're going back into the old stuff. $60 for all 8 of them. Catch up. Get all 8 issues. Wait a minute. What is that?
So that was the early bird.
Okay,
Yep,
early
yep.
bird. There again. Again, the
And
$2
same deal.
save.
So 25, of that one, and then after that you get to the $2 more.
Adopt a dragon puppet. This is where it gets real.
One of these babies.
Look, y'all just buy some puppets. Get this
Wow.
thing funded real quick. You get the book too. You get the book and the puppet, and they're both from the creator of the
And
book.
again, for
The
any of
artist
these
of the book,
ones,
the
Are you
writer
making those
of the book.
puppets?
yes.
Yes,
So I
she
make
makes
the big
all that.
dragons and I make the puppets. So the big ones take me a week. It takes me a day to make one of the puppets.
Oh,
And there's
go
a
ahead.
dozen of the
Show-
puppet
show-
designs.
Yeah, look.
Yeah, one second. Get that on my hand.
Oh, yeah. We got puppets.
That is so cool.
I know. I was thinking BJ as a puppet. What do you think?
To give people nightmares? Come on.
Oh.
PJ is my undead bear that wreaks havoc in my world.
Nice.
I want to
Fox
see
wants an
a
undead bear
Crom
puppet.
puppet.
Make children cry.
We need a Crom puppet.
Yeah.
That's all faux fur for that hair.
Yeah. Hi, Laurie.
Hi, Doc. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Thank you, sir. You as well.
And then we just keep getting better. Retailer catch up tier. 5-pack of each, right? Is that what that is? 5 of each. 1 through 8. $160.
And shipping wise, the way that guy's going to work is I'm essentially going to, fit up to 10 in each of the mailers and then put that all in a flat rate shipping box. So, and it fits pretty darn snugly. So that should be great.
Yeah.
Snugly. I love it.
Oh yeah. Well, cause I'm sitting there
she's
going,
talking about putting
if I'm going to
Geminis
try
in a
and
box.
fit
Did
that,
you guys hear that?
all 3 of them and then have way too, I'm just like, I need to figure something out. And the size of the flat rate shipping box that I'm going to use that fits the puppets as well as 3 of the mailers all works in tandem. So
nice.
Wow.
Nice and simple.
Got it all figured out.
I just love that you said they fit in there all nice and snugly.
They do. They're not going to be going nowhere.
A bug in a rug.
That just gave me the warm all over.
Dragons.
Yay.
Big dragons like the one.
And again, for each of these tiers with the puppets and the big dragons, if you want more than issue 8, all the individuals you can add on with the add-ons. And price-wise, they're going to be exactly the same as it would be for the catch-up tiers. So basically, each issue is $10 to my memory. And then each of the volumes are available as well. So if you want one of the trades, you can add that on and say if you want to get the trade plus issue 7, then that gets you everything.
Nice. I
And
like it.
Look at them dragons, yo. Look,
Yeah,
I
it's
like
really
the purple
cool.
one with the Fu Manchu. He's bad.
Yeah, she's fancy. So she's my queen of dragons. So she's the oldest of the characters. And she's like, I've been around for thousands of years. I'm just here to, see my people succeed and be entertained by everybody's antics. So
Goals.
she's fun.
Hashtag life goals.
Right. I'm
See that?
definitely of the opinion that, you get these godlike creatures that have been around forever, and if they're not living to be entertained, there's a problem.
Right. I mean, if you've been around that long, why?
Right. It's like you've had
everything should
all
be
the
fun at
chances
this
in the
point.
universe to have all the hobbies, learn everybody's business. That's where they are.
I love it. So much
All right,
personality in this stuff, man. So much. I love
I
it.
got a question.
Sure.
How much of this original art you got laying around?
So, I mean, all of it. So I have.
Pops
So
loves
I
that.
have
He's gonna
the
say,
one-
"Mark it."
Put a couple tears up with a few pieces of original art. A lot of people out here like to have published art.
Yeah, the one that I was debating. So prior to the version that got published, I had a version of issue 1 that was a slightly different aspect ratio because it was designed on manga paper as opposed to the American standard.
Okay.
And I did everything completely by hand. So the entire issue done, hand drawn, hand inked, hand toned, hand lettered, the whole thing. And those are all, I still have them. So if that's something that people would be interested in, I can definitely add those. So all those 24 pages, completely original.
Nice.
You see what I'm saying? Definitely. I'd put a tier up and just put a couple pieces up because you put them up, $200, that really helps your funding goal. You sell a book, you sell a piece of art, but you get a lot closer to your funding goal, which makes it easier to print those books.
Well, and one thing that I guess I could do as well is I could do some sketch cards, but I don't know if that might be something where I could make it available as an add-on or make it a specific tier.
No, you make it a tier. They get a sketch card in the book for a set price. Don't undersell yourself, but don't outprice.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Your fans. Sketch cards, anywhere from $20 to $40, Doc.
It depends on the campaign, but yeah.
So but those are good too. Like I said, a lot of people out here love to get that kind of personalized stuff with the book. So always consider every angle, baby. What's up.
For sure.
You're on Kickstarter now. You get to do all that. You get to throw all that stuff up.
Again, this is my first time doing this, so I am very much open to hearing everybody's feedback and what types of things you want me to add on to the campaign. So I'll definitely look into that.
You're killing it. Don't even worry about it. You've got this.
Yeah, we just, it's all about getting eyes on it. Right now, you're on 8 different places being seen. So hopefully we get some play, man. You guys know what's up. Go get you a puppet, man.
How did I know that he was going to say, you know what's up?
How did I know he's going to say, go get a puppet?
Yeah. I love the puppets, man. I love the book. I love the concept. I love all of it. I love how much personality Katie has put into this. Yes. This is a living, breathing world she has created.
This is a true passion product.
100%. And I mean, just, complete transparency. The version of this story, I had some of the characters back when I was in 5th grade. They lived with me for pretty much all of middle school. I'm sitting there with a bunch of the dragons and some of the elves and whatnot sitting in my brain. And in high school, lo and behold, the last character to get finalized was my main character. So, because that kept changing and like the timeline on when it was going to happen, that was all, in flux. And then sophomore year of high school, I was like, all right, this is my main character. This is how the story's going to go. And that's how it went.
Now tell the truth. When you were in junior high and high school and you had to do creative writing projects, did these characters come into that?
Only in one of them, actually. So all the other ones, it was completely different stuff, but it was actually the one that was the definitive of getting the main character. We had a project to write up a sheet, basically giving all the details for the character, write a day in the life of, whoever that is. And that turned into issue 3. And then
what was your grade? What was your grade?
And then that got me to write issue 1 and issue 2. And so that was honestly why when I came out with the mini volume 1 through 3, because I'm like, this is the this is what I think of when it's the intro to the story, because this is how it happened.
Nice.
3 and then 1, 2.
Nice.
And so, but past that point, like there's, I think that all writers do this, but I would write stuff that happens way after we're, at in the story currently, being like, okay, this is a snippet in the life where I'm just going to write this scene or this chapter. And so there's a couple, there's a few scatterings of those where, I have those written, or like, I know exactly what happens at the midway point of the series where everything goes insane. But things like that, where I think we all have those distilled moments where we go, okay, I'm really excited to finally work on that. And to be frank, issue 8 is one of those, because the location and the style of the beginning of the training and all of that, I had exactly how it was going to happen in my brain for years. I'm like, I know exactly what's going to happen. One of my favorite places to go during the summer of my childhood was on the San Lorenzo River down in the Santa Cruz Mountains where I grew up. And there was this specific little pool that had a bunch of mountain runoff going into it. And we would always dare ourselves, all my cousins and my sisters, to sit in it for longer than like half a second, because it was just butt cold. And it's like, if you could get in there and go under the water, you're a badass, because the thing's freezing. And it's one of those, you think that the river water is cold, it got nothing on this pool. And so as soon as we go in there, all of a sudden we'd be like, oh, the river's now nice and, feels like a sauna, basically. And so that location, I'm like, that would be the perfect just bullshit training moment where, it's let's get the character to concentrate by having to deal with the fact that they're in this freezing cool pool. And so that was one of those things that I'm like, this is going to be one of those moments, and I got to draw it, and it's fantastic, and I'm happy and excited to show it to everybody.
This is how stories are born.
I just want to say my favorite issue in my first arc is also number 8. I don't know what it is about magic number 8, but I'm like, someday when we get there, I'm just going to be like, I just won't be able to stop, dancing, because like 8 is my favorite.
Yay!
I think the best-selling comic I ever did was issue 8 for somebody, one of those little companies.
Magic.
I took over Assassinette the Mindstalker with it, issue 7, 8, and 9, and a couple of other books for the same company. And I think 8 was the bestseller. So
nice.
It's not 7 that's the lucky number.
8 is a powerful number too.
Yeah. I mean, I was excited for 7 too, because that's at the end of it, Ember shows up finally again.
Yeah.
But in 8, she's now, fully a member of the group and is able to get in everybody's business, is what she's all about. She's the curious one. And, it's, I mean, we're not supposed to have favorite characters, but she is.
We have favorites.
We do.
We have a preference. I feel you.
Now, Laurie, you have to whisper that the kids might hear.
No, I'm not talking about my kids.
Talking
about my characters that I have written.
You have preferences. Well, Mom, if you have a favorite character, do you have a favorite kid?
No, that's not how that works. How dare you, Doc? How dare you?
I'm just saying, things to think about.
Hold up. I have to address this, Doc.
Oh, what?
John wanted to cut into somebody's allotted time during CromCon, like he owned the place, and I didn't let him do that, and he got mad. I can't help it. CromCon is something people sign up for. Their spots are theirs. just like Monday Madness. Katie got the 4 o'clock spot. Laurie got the 4:30 spot. The 5 o'clock spot sitting in the backstage. This is the way it works. I schedule my shows with people. If you want to come out during somebody else's show that's open, that's fine, dude.
He says, I do own the place.
I own the place.
Not my place, bro.
Hey, John, if you want to come out on my show one morning, I'd love to have you.
You see? You see?
Thursday mornings,
It's all
10
about
o'clock.
being scheduled, bro.
Just hit me up. Be glad to have you.
See?
We can talk culture wars or we can talk comics, whatever you want to do.
I like the meme stuff that you guys do. Is really funny. The one I caught this week or last week, just this past week, I was laughing. I was like headed into the grocery store. I was gonna start posting stuff too, but I was like, oh, it was really funny. I had a good time.
You can't declare war on me on my own freaking network, John. That's how you end up getting left behind, bro.
Poor John. He's just bored. He wouldn't be here if he
know.
wasn't bored.
I'm just saying, that's how you end up getting left behind if you mess with me on my own network.
And let's be
We
real.
need that.
If
We
anybody's
need that
gonna
clip
set
where
rules,
it's like,
it's
of course,
Pops.
you know, this means war. Looney Tunes.
Of course, you know this means war.
Yeah. Doc knows what I'm talking about.
So yeah, listen,
He does know I'll be backstage at your show too, right?
my entire life could be segmented together from Looney Tunes cartoons.
Looney Tunes.
No,
All
I
of
just
That
now,
is a
Doc,
good
Do
sign.
we or do we not have a plethora?
I don't know if that's a good sign, Katie.
Hold on. Doc,
It's at
Doc,
least
do
gonna
we
be
or do
fun.
we not have
It's
a
gonna be
plethora of spots to handle people? You know, when they-
Always. We're a
You
very
see?
welcoming, loving community.
yeah, and we're ready when they get out of line, aren't we?
Well, you're
Wait,
the
I got
actor.
something for this.
Wait.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. There we go.
Jesus.
Yeah, we got stuff. Now this is not for anybody on the panel.
Do me a favor. Shut the fuck up.
We're ready for you, John. Come on out, bro. We use it on Rich all
Anyways.
the time. He's a co-host. What can I tell you? You know.
Can we talk about comics?
Despite,
we talk about
well,
this
real quick, just despite what JDA says, I am in fact the nicest person in indie comics. Maybe Katie surpasses me. I don't know, but I am the nicest person out there. So, that's all I've got to say.
Gotcha, bitch.
Y'all are
I
definitely.
gotta give the title to Don Chin, bro. I gotta give the title to Don Chin.
Nope, I'm the nicest one. I'm the nicest one. Without commenting on who, there are several projects that have gone into funding that have Doc's Ghost Creatures on them. No credit asked, no money asked. Just glad to step up and help out.
I will say
Always
one
that
of
guy.
the nicest people in indie comics that I've met at shows. That's
Oh, stop,
definitely
Katie.
no,
Stop.
no. Is Stan Sakai.
Oh no, that's the
No,
wrong
Stan's
answer. Wrong.
No,
She was gonna.
he and his wife are lovely people. His comics are beautiful. All the success in the world to him and his wife.
I feel like look at the screen right now. See where my name bar is. I feel like a little kid sitting in the back seat.
What do you mean?
Do you
The
see it?
texture is gorgeous.
Look at my
Jesus.
image. Look at my image. Right now.
Thank you. Just gotta there you go. Is that better?
The hydraulics in my chair are broken, so it slowly whoosh, goes
Oh,
down.
is that
and
what
down, and
happened?
down, and down.
Is that the excuse?
Well, I mean, it's what
I can
happens.
adjust my camera. It's cool, Doc.
If I adjust my camera, though, it shows how fat I am, so I can't do that.
Stop. All right, I'm going to talk about this image because I want to talk about Path of the Pale Rider.
Okay, you do.
Which we're launching Friday night.
Yes. Issue number 2 is launching on Kickstarter on Friday. So 9:30 on 9:30, we're going to push the button. But our launch party starts. I'm not from Boston. My launch party
What, you from
starts at
Boston now?
8:30 Eastern. So I can kind of walk people through the page, so you have a chance to see all the different rewards, pick what you want. I like doing that because I'm also competitive. I want to be that backer number one. So instead of having to panic and back something and then change it later, I like having the chance to just kind of scroll through and have like the creator tell me what they're doing with each reward level. And then I'm like, okay, that's the one I want. You know what I mean? So when they push the button, I can scroll, I can get it, and I can be backer 1 or backer number 2 and have bragging
You really
rights.
want to know the secret to being backer number 1?
Mm,
You just
yeah.
hit that PDF right there at the top. Bang!
And then you have to go adjust all your stuff.
Then you
I
go
hear
adjust
you.
later. You add on what you want. But that's
I
how
know,
you-
but I don't want to do that. I just want to push the button on the one that I want. Anyway. So this is kind of like the symbol for Path of the Pale Rider. Anytime you see us on Kickstarter, you're going to see this as our image. It's just like the cool really the juxtaposition of like life versus death, night versus day, beauty versus decay. It's that whole, fine line that you're walking in this world. This actually is a spoiler with no context. So I love doing that. It's like I'm putting things in the foreground where it's like this actually means something, but nobody knows what it means yet, which is, I think, kind of funny. Because when you finally figure it out, you'd be like, she had this here the whole time and I didn't know. Anyway, moving on. So here's our lovely cover A for issue number 1. So we kickstarted issue number 1 back in April. We ended at 116%, had 100 and I think 6 backers, which is phenomenal. We did great. And like, of course, Marco DeFillo just knocks my socks off when it comes to his art. This shattered glass on, issue number 1 is so cool to me because it just kind of represents humanity being shattered by what happened. Katie, I know you don't know this world, but basically what happens is like your body can die, but your soul remains in your body after death, so you get to experience your own decay. There's no rest. Everybody is kind of stuck in this same space as we go crazy. Like people, and it's people, it's animals, it's insects. So there's famine and overpopulation and societal unrest, and it's just a really difficult place. So when we start issue 1, we're actually 10 years into the apocalypse. We got zombies. So here's cover B by very talented David Rodriguez. This is Big James we were talking about. This is the one that they want to turn into a puppet. This one. I was like, yeah, nightmares for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And of
all
course,
decaying all on his head and shit. It would be so cool.
like his eyes popping out. That's one of the special features is his eyeball comes out and can go back in. Ooh.
You see?
Oh, well, and those sort of things, let's be honest, is what makes making puppets or plush, anything fun. Because, like, okay, with these guys,
look, she's already down. Look,
he's already planning
you
it.
can stick your finger in their nose.
That's awesome.
And things like that, where it's entirely because of the way that it's designed, but that's sort of the happy accident. But things like that, where if you can design like eye popping out, or like having fun with the claws, that kind of thing. That's how you connect with people is making those things enjoyable.
That's cool. Well, we might have to stay in touch because I might want a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go through issue number 1 pretty quick, just because people can kind of get a feel. This issue number 1 was very much about our cowboy Jude St. Clair, our protagonist, going through the wild, seeing the decisions that he makes, with pack of wolves and with a lady and her kid. You know what I mean? So you get to see extreme situations, that how he deals with them, and what he's looking for. So he's 10 years into the apocalypse and he's still looking for that answer of why do the dead no longer die? Most everybody else has just moved on. They're just trying to scrape by. Like this lady's growing her own vegetables and trying to keep her kid in the yard because this kid is younger than 10, so has no idea of all the stuff that came before. You know what I mean? Right. She has this kind of innocence. And he kind of just like fills her, in on some secrets about his horse. So he just has this real personal nature, but obviously this lady doesn't trust him, and for good reason. Hello, Quentin. Here we are on this cliffside road. There's signs warning him of a dead bear, but he stops, pulls this glass out of a zombie hand. It goes flying through the air and he still dives to catch it. Like, that's so dumb. The artist's name is Marco DeFillo. Yes, who is also the main artist on the second one, and he signed on for the third issue as well. So they come up on this road. There's something being
I just
eaten by
wanted to make him
crows.
type, "Hi, Jason, what's up? You can ask
Hello.
your questions in person, bro."
Oh, hey, yeah.
I just wanted to make him type.
And look, so we got this nasty looking dead bear, which they have to sneak around him, which is kind of funny. It's like, why are they sneaking around a carcass? But it's like, horse trips, out comes this glass. Thank you, Jason. That he stopped to pick up. So he made this, like, it seems like it's a small decision to get this glass, but it breaks, and then now the bear's awake. So now he has to deal with the consequences of his actions. I'm not going to spoil. I didn't put number 2 up because I don't want to spoil it, but I just kind of wanted to show you guys. Now, our issue when we released it was in black and white. We always make our goal for a black and white comic, and then the one of the first stretch goals is color. So that way, we want to make sure the story is out first and foremost. We want fans to start finding Path of the Pale Rider and start following the comic. Now, we were so close to our color stretch goal last time. I really don't think we're going to have a problem hitting it this time. So if we hit that goal, issue number 2 is just going out in color from the get-go. But as you can see, Marco DeFillo, he also does the color. I do the letters, but he does the color, and he's just fabulous. It adds so much to see this world in color. And we have some really nasty things that happen after this sequence. So seeing those with the red and the blood pools is really going to hit so much harder. Here it is. You know what I mean? But it's just beautiful. Like that eye squint. It's like so Clint Eastwood with the light right on the eyes. You know what I mean? But that's what we're going for, that Western aesthetic in an apocalyptic world. So it's pretty cool. But on to issue number 2. Let's just keep driving on. So here we are. This is Marco DeFillo's cover A.
Sign up right there.
There it is. You can come sign up for the notify me upon launch. We're launching on Friday, so you can come along for that too. But here he is, Jude St. Clair stomping on a dude, got a smoking gun, bears and strangers in the background. So,
and that's the next thing, Katie. I want to let you know, for the next one, you put that sign up page up a good month ahead of time, and you build your email list. You build them by talking about it ahead of time. Right? Then when you launch, it's like, boom, you get a bunch of people paying attention. You see, because they all get an email alert. Bang.
Yeah. Well, and I will say, so I've been, at cons, I have a, handwritten mailing list that I have available for people to, be signing up for. And so I've been telling them issue 8 is going to be coming out, sign up for the mailing list. And so some of my, backers on day 2 were people directly from that mailing list, because I sent out an email on Sunday morning, basically being like, all right, it's available, come sign up.
Can I ask something?
Yes.
I'm coming late to this, so I apologize. Who's the writer and creator of the whole thing?
Me.
You? Who do you publish it through your own comic affiliation, or do you just, how do you do it?
We independently printed issue number 1. I just recently got picked up by a publisher called Charter Comics just this month. So they will be publishing issue number 2.
I'm always late to the game. I'm going to tell you, I haven't seen a lot of it, but the things that I've seen, including the art and listening to you talk about it, I was interested. I was actually going to pick it up and publish it under my company, because this is going to take off. I can tell you.
Thank you.
I'm actually kind of jealous, Pop. This is really good. I like the art. I like you do have a Walking Dead vibe, but it's got such a separate tone and the word I'm looking for, storyline from it, even though you're using a little bit of the concept, that it's widely separated from it, where it can be its own story without so much of people saying it's too much of a mirror. So that's what I like about it as well.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very much a Western in the beginning. You're going to see Jude go through all these different places, and the tone will change depending on where he goes. So obviously I'm starting out in the West. We're going to have a flashback, an extended flashback, where you get to see the fall of society. You get to kind of see what happens, because this is actually in the future. So things have decayed back to the Old West. kind of situation.
You know, this is like I'm not going to compare it, but this isn't a good thing. This is like you took Westworld and Walking Dead and put it in a blender, and
well, I'm a big fan of like old spaghetti westerns, but also of like sci-fi. So I was thinking like Mad Max. You'll see like Book of Eli. You'll see what else? I Am Legend. I love playing Fallout. Fallout 4 is my favorite. I still play it. So all of those things kind of like, put in a blender. That's what this is. And
those are all my favorite stories too.
John's coming after me.
No, I'm not coming after you. I want it. I want to bring you on so bad now. So Charter giving you a good deal. If they don't, give me a call. I've got a lot of wiggle room.
Okay.
Tell them, Pops. Give them the background. We're good.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what else we do besides our comic, because we have like a social experiment kind of going on. So with every issue, we also produce a short film and we have a riddle. So this is the back cover of issue number 2. And if you solve this riddle, you actually get to interact with one of my characters.
So you got a film too. You do know that you might want to stick around, because when my marketing and agent pops on, and we're going to talk about our God dang, you got me all messed up thinking about it. What am I thinking, Pop? Our production company. We're in the middle of making a movie right now, finishing it up, but we got a production company, and even got an opportunity to talk to Netflix.
Very cool.
So
that's what people have been telling me to do with this script, is to pitch it to Netflix, but I wasn't ready to let go.
I mean, you don't have to let go. That you might want to try to get in touch with me and Jim Pops. You might want to give her the information and give her a little bit of background on me and Jeremy before she makes any solid decisions with anybody, because
I'd like for everybody to just wait and not sign anything with anybody.
Yeah, don't do
the next
anything.
3 or 4 months, because
because you never know where it's going to go. But here's the thing: if you want to make anything or you want to talk without even signing anything, my
I don't want to be known as the guy that stole everybody else's talent.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to.
Just don't sign with nobody yet, okay?
Yeah, and I'm definitely not one to take something from you. If we publish it under our book, it's still the person that designed it and created it. We always make sure they have the rights. And if it gets picked up through the production company, you'll be sitting on the set like the Duffer Brothers with a comic book in hand, doing your thing. Because truth be known, I can't be everywhere. Jeremy can't be everywhere. So you come on, then boom, then you're going to have to step up to the plate and take care of your stuff if we're going to toss out the opportunities and money for it. But yeah, don't get into anything, because Pops, either you give her my information or she's comfortable giving it to us so we can get in touch with her, because the story's great. We got more resources, and if you get a hold and talk to Pops off of the show or something, that he can give you my resume background to give you a little bit more of a relaxing feel, like there's not some strange dude just popping up telling me this stuff.
Some guy just showed up on the live feed and was like, "Hey," no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, yeah,
that should be happening a lot around here. Some guy shows up on the live stream and goes, "Hey."
I mean, I know what I have, because I know the whole story. You know what I mean? But it's just like,
that's exactly like the way I think. Same thing here. It's like I know how great my
right.
I know how great my stories and my company is.
She's got the whole 12 issues laid out already.
There's 13 in the first arc. I'm about 9 issues into the second arc. There will be a third arc. But I mean, when I wrote it, it's a full-length movie and I'm breaking it up into issues. But again, it's like, it could be live action. That's how I see it. So each issue would be like an episode for like a Netflix.
That's great, because I've got 4 titles that are in the works, 2 already out, and I got all of it wrote out for the next 5 years. And they're sitting in my thing. and that way nobody has to wait. I can pop, and get them out as soon as the art's done. And Jeremy's got the script going for the movie, and so you and I got similar ways of working and ways of doing things, and I would love to speak to you, have some type of communication later.
It's like this, you guys. We can all have a little meeting in the backstage after the show.
Yeah,
if Laurie's still around at the end of the show, we can all just have us a little chat.
Yeah. And Laurie, if it is okay, and if you want, tell Pops to send you my social media stuff, and then we all can be in touch later.
She can find you if she wants to. No,
I'm hoping she can find. Hopefully, she'll be able to find me real easy here after November. I mean, I'm still every single daggum thing I'm in is not hanging out yet. That's what's pissing. Well, Stranger Things is. That's about it.
So, excuse me, everybody. It's not every day your youngest son turns 30. So my son
happy birthday!
Happy
birthday!
Yeah, he showed up.
How old are you, man?
I'm 35.
Nice. Sounds like we started at the same time.
Right.
So I'm going to bounce out of
leave
here.
That right there. You're 35.
And go visit with my son for a little bit. I'll be back.
All right.
How can you forget it's your son's birthday?
I didn't forget. His party is Saturday, but he just swung by after he got off work. So I'm going to go visit with him.
You told him you were working, right?
I told him there's nothing more important in the world than him. So
that's what you're supposed to say. Good answer.
All right,
especially on his birthday, you have to say that.
Later, guys.
Bye, Dot. All right.
Go ahead. I don't want to. Oh, real quick before you wrap it up, I got somebody that's got to take off. He's visiting me real quick.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
You through eating? This is right here is my guy. This is my partner.
What's up,
This is Aiden. This is my oldest son. He's not 30. Say hi. He's got food in his mouth. He's trying to eat and stuff.
I got grandkids that age. How old are you, boy?
He just turned. We're going to let you swallow your food before you have to talk. All right, go ahead and chew it. He just turned 8. 8? Please say him right. 8. Okay. Yeah, actually, not too long ago, but this is the future of our company right here. He's wrote, and I'm not. A lot of guys say that about the kids, but here's the cool thing. He's come to me when I've been writing and doing things, and says, hey, Dad, I just created a cool story that we can do or something. And 2 of the series that is coming up in the next couple of years are literally his stories because they were so good and the ideas were great that I said, buddy, I'm not just saying this because you're my son, because if it sucked, I'll tell you, I don't feelings hurt, it would suck, but these are so good. I'm going to make them into the book. And he's like, okay. But he's got that gift of creating and thinking just like I do. And the only good thing that I can say about him, the older he gets and the more I see him, is thank God he's more like his mother than his dad. That's all I know. So that way he's got.
You misogynist.
No, you're right. You're right. I mean, it is that way. Usually men are like, yeah, thank goodness they take after you. I hear it all the time.
Yeah. Now he takes after the wife so much though. It kind of gets infuriating because let's truth be known, spouses can just make you just go want, do the Thanos thing, right thing. But just kidding. So sometimes that side does come out where I'm like, you way too much like that. You dime back, son. Okay. One is bad enough, son. We don't need to. And then his 2-year-old or just turned 3-year-old is 100% identical to me. That's why everything is broken in this house.
Check this dude out. He's like surrounded by a halo. Look at him.
What's up?
He's got the sun behind him. Look at that.
Yeah, there's a Clint Eastwood squint right there if I ever saw one. Beautiful.
Well, hey, I'm going to let my little man go. He's going to go take some martial arts and finish eating. Tell everybody bye.
What kind of martial arts do you take?
He does taekwondo.
Very cool.
Nice.
Hey, Jeremy, I've been speaking for you.
I teach Penchak Silat and like weapons and
That's cool.
That's actually I did fight choreography for a production company in Detroit. That's how I started writing, actually. So
now I don't want to get off subject either, because I mean I was ever since I grew up I taught Ryo Kempo, and then I started. He wanted to learn, so he never knew Daddy could do anything. But I was a cop for 20 years, and I taught a little, and I tried to teach him. And the thing is that I said separate when we practice. I'm not Daddy, so don't start crying when you get yelled at. But whatever I teach him, it kind of goes out the window when he gets to class, because it's more of a playful atmosphere, which I don't like, and I kind of backed off from it because it's like he's. Yeah. And it's a little frustrating. I don't want kids to go to these martial arts classes and there's not enough discipline, because they're going to think they can do this stuff in the real world and they're not doing it properly, and they're going to get themselves hurt. And I don't like that.
Yeah.
But Jeff, buddy, you there?
He's on mute.
I am. What's up, guys?
By chance, did you hear anything about these two girls?
No, tell me what the deal is.
All right, I'm going to put my time a little on the back burner, because I've already told them about you, that as the agent, and what they got, our production company in the works, and all the.
Oh, cool.
There's stuff that they've got that I normally do not jump on other people's ideas and stuff, but what they've got, their work and everything like that, I'm trying to set up
two different things, Jason. They're two. They got two different projects.
Oh, I thought they were together.
No,
this poor girl Katie here is like, but she's about to look up at the girl above her and say, "Go away." I'm sorry. Laurie.
Everybody's success. Are you kidding?
Laurie has this book and this idea and has wrote it, and she's pretty much exactly like me and you when it comes to having stuff on time. And she would be somebody that we should sit down and talk to about picking up and bringing into the universe, and also working with the production and let her keep control of her idea without other people getting it. She's got another company called Charter Comics, trying to jump on board, and we're trying to say hold off just for a minute until she can speak to me and you.
Yeah, I think that would be great to chat about that and find out about the production stuff too, because it really is all connected, right? Whether it's games or movies or series or comics, it's just all properties, and we have so much to do and so many cool things that can happen. And people really love the independent vision, because it's one artist getting to explore their idea, right? So I think that that's why this has been so appealing during these days where these corporations have taken over all of the creative control, and everybody is sick of it. They're like, this is all so generic. It all feels like one big universe. It literally is one big universe now, right? So I love the individual stuff.
They own all the media.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing with us too. It's like we're not in the process of taking somebody's idea and kind of underhanded hijacking it. Because it's not like we got a team of 30. So anybody who brings an idea to us and publishes under like the Fate universe, and then works under like Jeremy's and I's umbrella for the production company, they're going to be in charge and have some of the say in working on it, because like I said, we can't afford to. Jeremy's all over the place. He's supposed to be working for me to get me some he's in Beirut one weekend. I'm like, why are you in what's in Beirut?
Do you know where I'm flying to on Sunday, don't you?
It ain't California to get me another job, I can tell you that.
No, it's South Korea. I'm going to Seoul, South Korea on Saturday, man. Isn't that cool?
Awesome. So you got me an overseas movie going then, right?
I'm going to see if they want any old white guys from Aiken in South Korea. We'll find out if that's going to be a good match.
I'm going to have to hang on to these little roles I keep getting if that's it. Come on now.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on it.
Yeah, and I don't think. Yeah, we can't take Pops to South Korea. He'll never make it home.
Oh, heck no. Heck no. I will tell you this.
I'd be in prison.
Listen, I do know that Pops might not be good for Korea, but Pops is going to be great for Augusta and Aiken and our whole area, because Pops is going to be the host of Joe Fest and the Soul City SuperCon, which is still finding development. We got a potential for a film showcase. We got a potential for a music showcase. And I know for sure we're going to have a lot of great toys and comics, and for sure going to have Pops. I thought we were
splitting it up.
Well, that's the thing is that there's going to be Soul City's going to become the overview and the holistic festival, and then Joe Fest is a part of it, right? And so music will be a part of it. Comic, I mean, we're going to have the film all these different pieces kind of go under that Soul City umbrella. But Pops is going to be the host at Joe Fest, which is where we've got about 5,000 attendees, about 200 vendors. There's going to be people that he's going to be interviewing people all day long. He's going to need some help.
Lost him. Anyway, Laurie, where are you from?
I'm putting Pops on an elevated set of risers, right? And we're going to have him like in an old cool DJ booth, right? So everybody will see that stupid hat from like 100 feet away. They'll be able to tell where Pops is.
Hat stupid, bro.
I'm just kidding. Your hat's great.
Laurie, where are you
in
from?
North Texas. I'm in a little town called Prosper.
I know Prosper. Yeah, I went. It's not the same distance, but down in Boyer, Texas, I spent some time down there. We got to get her up here, Jeremy. No lie.
Well,
she's
find a way to make it happen.
Well, that's why me and you need to hurry up and lock this down.
We need to talk afterwards because I'm trying to put together some kind of a meeting because you guys might be jumping the gun on the guy with the money. And you might want him involved in this. So
we might.
The guy with the money.
Is that
let's see that? No, not you, Jason.
No,
there are a few different investors that are thinking about investing in Pops, and then we got people thinking about investing in us. So we got to just bring those people along. But the cool thing is, people are interested in what we're doing, which is fun.
Tell them about the Netflix possibility, man.
Well, I was just going to say, Jason, we're talking about this guy, okay? This guy, okay?
Which guy?
The guy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're going to get you wrapped, man. We got to get you wrapped.
No, you guys, look, you guys are stopping at Roadshow, and I'm taking this farther than that. So we just got to talk afterwards, okay?
Let's say we're stopping at Roadshow. We threw back 6 different shows at you. How do we stop at Roadshow?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not stopping at the network, dude.
Oh.
I got maybe bigger plans even, so just hang out.
I love
this
it.
Dude's
You hear
on
that,
board,
Pops?
if this dude's
Pops
on
is
board,
leaving
man,
us.
we can finance it all.
So look at that. Pop's already looking for bigger and better things, Jerry.
Yes, bringing you with me.
I don't know. We brought him to the promised lands, and now he's dropping us like that.
He's not moving up. Listen, we all know that we should change his name to Pop's father instead of Pops. He's like the godfather of comics. Keep throwing him in.
No,
he sounds a little bit like Marlon Brando. It's a little gravelly.
I'd really like to be the guy that makes it possible to just publish all you guys' books with.
I just want to make them an offer they can't refuse.
Without crowdfunding. I want to buy
it's not my signature on the paper or my brains on.
Exactly. Thank you, Laurie.
Hey,
well,
Laurie,
I know what you're talking about.
Katie, Laurie, if y'all want to do y'all's wrap up so we don't step on it, then Jeremy, I want you to do another fill in on because November's coming up for the Black Panther red carpet thing that you got me in.
I just want to let people know that I'm
there's
going
a whole
live
bunch
on
to talk
Friday.
about.
Live on Friday.
Live on Friday, 9:30. So
right
9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I push the button, but we're having a launch party at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll walk you guys through the Kickstarter so you can see all the different rewards. We got Funko Pops. I wrote a choose your own adventure story based off of this world, which is everybody's gonna die, and it's gonna be a fun time. There's going to be some art in there. I have this lovely preview of one of the more grisly deaths that you could encounter in this world. Death by Lotus.
Are you on Highway 20? On the side of the road?
No.
What are you doing?
Where are you, Jeremy?
Yeah, man. I'm actually out here in North Augusta at the little coffee place.
You're up at Starbucks over there by Kroger, aren't you?
Man, I'm down. No, I'm down. I'm actually at Cavaliers downtown, right on 13th Street. So, Laurie,
Wow.
you're gonna release on Friday. You said.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
We're crowdfunding on Friday
Starting
for issue number 2.
Launching the crowdfunding. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, people can sign up for that pre-launch. Come see what we have to offer at 8:30. You can pick out. I'll go through the whole thing. I don't think that the short film will be ready by Friday. I had a hard time getting people to participate in this one. We were doing a short film where I'm interviewing people like a reporter, asking them about their conspiracy theories about what they think broke the death process. So I have some, but it's not nearly as much as I was hoping for. Instead of putting out something that's kind of half-assed, I'm going to spend some more time on it. So I put this short film from the first one up so people can see what we're doing. And then when the second one is done, I will add it. So
that's great. That's a great plan.
The riddle's done. All the other stuff is there. All the variants. I get to announce that we're going to be printing a metal cover this issue. So that'll be fun. I got some really interesting things. Some of them are a little secret and bones of despair. If you like collectibles and you like something a little bit warped, that's all I'm going to say about that one. So we're going to have some fun. We do lots of shenanigans, got lots of social media on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all of those things. So come along, check us out and see what we're about. Yeah, that's it. I'm wrapped.
Exciting. Katie, what you got?
So I have my comic series Dragon Child, and its 8th issue is my first Kickstarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I hand make all these dragons. So I make big dragons and I make hand puppets, and they're all characters from the comic.
I love it.
Get the heck out. All this time, and then she's sitting there. I thought they were working together, and now she's got something.
Yep.
We gotta get more investors.
Yeah, I'm on day 3 of my Kickstarter, so.
Amazing. I like that.
20%
You
funded.
make those?
I do. So the big ones take a week, puppets take a day.
Good night. Can we see some cover pictures?
Yeah.
Oh.
So.
That's awesome.
This is issue 7.
What's the demographic? Who's your audience for?
So it's an all ages comic. So it's a coming of age story. Basically, mythical creatures are real, and the dragons have picked one human to introduce all these mythical creatures to humanity.
Oh, cool!
Nice. That's even cooler.
That sounds like a really, really fun
and this
project.
Is the first 6 in 1 volume.
I see some old style epic comics in there, don't you? Kind of like ElfQuest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I grew up reading Bone, and then when I was 14,
perfect.
discovered, anime and manga and all that. So like Slayers, Dragon Ball, that's all very much influenced in that. So it's like
Katie, you're doing all the art, all of it?
Yes.
Wow.
Jesus H, this girl has all this talent. I'm actually writing on my phone right now Katie's and Laurie's Kickstarter stuff so I can go
my
back
stuff
in.
looks like.
Awesome. Well, I got to back this right now. This is great. All right. So I can get, I can get number 8 digital. I can get the physical. I can catch up and get all the PDFs.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the way to go.
You can get all the PDFs. You can get all the physicals.
Can I ask you a question about your retailer stuff? I haven't added a retailer component to mine. Is that something that you've had people take advantage of before?
This is my first Kickstarter, so I have no idea, to be perfectly frank.
I can answer that for you, Jared. I've done a retailer for every single one of mine, and I've only had one retailer for issues 1 and 2 pick up one, and I've gotten them on there now. But retailers have switched from campaigns and crowdfunding to individual websites now.
Just go specifically for them.
And I've had retailers pick up directly from me at cons, but like I said, this is my first Kickstarter, so I don't I don't know yet, but we'll find out.
Cool.
It never hurts to put it on, though. Yeah, I mean, you throw it out there, and if they won't take it, they take it. Yeah.
I didn't have anyone back my retail
Yeah,
level
they
last
didn't.
one either. So
Well, I'm gonna. I think I'll add it to it.
7 books without crowdfunding, guys.
Yeah. Wow.
Our first
Hey,
7.
Katie.
Yes.
Katie, I just backed yours, and I've got issues 1 through 8
Yay!
coming to me
Did you go
PDF
digital or
wise.
did you
So
go physical?
I went digital because
Awesome.
that's what I want. So
South
I
Korea when they come
I want
up.
all 8 of them. That way I can get caught up. That's amazing. And then Laurie, I'll check your stuff out on Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies,
awesome.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Really
Thank you,
more.
guys.
So whenever we can get in touch and have maybe a Zoom meeting with all of us, not you two at the same time, but individual with me and Jer, because there's more that we want to share with you that we don't have time for to understand where we're coming from, because we really have a lot going on, and we got the resources to do a lot, right, Pops?
That's what we're working on.
Until he drops us like he's on the MTV challenge and goes to the Alliance.
The thing that sucked was that we couldn't get a table at Grand Rapids. They were already sold out. So I'm trying to figure out a different show to take him to, because I want to take him to a show. I want to let him experience the whole freaking deal, right? And then we hard sell him on what we want to do. Everything.
Well, you got November coming up. Jared, that's good. This is a good transition, so the ladies can hear a little bit about that November thing. But also, Pops, don't forget you'll be coming to host the red carpet event for the Black Panther 2 release.
Yeah, that's another one I got to figure out.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, we got it.
Tell
So,
us the update.
Now, when is that?
That's November 11th, I believe, is the date. Let me make sure I tell you
It's
exactly
either
when
the
my date of
10th
the movies.
and the movie comes out the 11th. I know. And,
Yeah, it's the 10th.
So we got
Thursday
the
the 10th.
because that's the special showing that we'll be doing.
Okay, we definitely got to get a meeting up, guys, because
man.
I can maybe get Monty, get in the RV, sweep around, grab Chris, the Laughing Rogue, and head down there, and we can have a meeting.
Yeah.
A real meeting. You know.
Yeah. Because we got to get everything settled up
during that weekend. You know.
Because I got to be. I'll have to clear my calendar, Jer, because I got that role from Gotham is reoccurring. I got to go back this Friday, and then I got to see
that's
when
cool,
they're going to want me
man.
next.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
what can you describe your outfit on the Gotham Knights thing without getting in trouble?
Yeah, because Pops has still got the pics. Show him, Pops.
I got pictures. No.
I want to stay to see that, then I gotta go because I gotta cook dinner and then I have a class at 5:30.
I'll be able to show the Black Panther suit and everything after that I wore until when the movie's released. Disney's got me locked down, airtight.
Disney. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we'll fire you and steal you at the same time.
Dude, that mouse is dirty when you make him upset. So I'll never work for Disney again if I don't say anything. So, but Gotham Knights, they were pretty lenient. They said, yeah, you can take some pictures and do it. This is when we stormed the Batcave.
That's awesome.
And then that was the weapon that I couldn't talk them out of giving me right there, the bat grapple gun that I found. I saw that, I went, oh shit, it's right there. I was like, oh. I was like, well, you think they'll miss it?
They'll miss it. Yes. They'll come after you for that one.
It's
Very
Batman.
cool.
Come on, man.
I was the
Gotta
police.
have a gun.
If you steal from Batman,
He's
you're
going
in
to use
trouble.
it to swing into the Batcave and storm it.
It's evidence, yo. It's evidence. Oh.
Yeah.
I gotta run back. I gotta cook dinner.
Bye, Laurie. See you
very
later.
Lovely meeting
Nice
everybody.
talking to you.
Katie, John, Jeremy, everybody. Pops, always a pleasure.
Yes,
as
Katie,
usual.
same to you. Hope we
And,
get to
my
talk real
show is
soon.
tomorrow,
For sure.
Tuesday at 11 o'clock. So we'll see everybody for the
Don't
Tuesday morning.
sign anything.
I haven't signed anything, just so you know. But they're cool guys. So
Everybody's cool. I don't have anything against anybody, but if you want the best, for you. You want to hear every option. They might have the best.
I do want to hear every option. I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, because it really, honestly, it's business, right?
Yeah, it is.
And we
There's
have to do
nothing
what's best for
personal.
the project. I'm not dumb.
Nothing personal.
So
the cool thing about what we're building over here is that we have everything from promotion to fulfillment in one house. Everything.
Movie production. Tell them, ain't that right, Jeff?
All of it in one freaking house. We're building something here people ain't gonna see coming. I'm just saying.
Yeah. One day we're going to have a giant building. Instead of Marvel, it'll have blah blah enterprises with our comic companies underneath it, and Pops, and this will be our headquarters. And
Pops with his hat is our icon.
And his van parked out front.
Pointing at the star of the week, right?
Yeah,
right.
That's
It's a billboard and it just changes whoever. It's like
that's honestly, I say it in a joking manner, but that really is what goes on in here. And since me and my new manager are ADHD, we pretty much are nonstop thinking of stuff.
Right.
So who do they hook up with? Me, who can't sleep at night because I'm
more ADHD.
Right?
You need to be in a meeting with me and Jer. We'll sit in a meeting and discuss what needs to be done first, and then walk out not finishing it and having 10 more things to do because we had more ideas.
And that's already happened. It's already happened.
Oh goodness.
Hey,
All
listen,
right.
you guys have got
to go.
You guys have got to let Laurie. You guys have got to let Laurie go make her dinner.
I know. I gotta make them dinner.
She's an admin. She can let herself out anytime she
I'm gonna
wants.
go. I'm gonna go. But I'm just having so much fun. So anyway, bye.
Have a good one.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Little Laurie.
All right, now Mr. Windy.
Jeremy, you're killing us with the wind.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got the wind rolling right over.
Sorry, I can cover that up.
There you go.
Is that better?
Only a little bit.
Maybe a little bit.
Not a bit at all.
I
They
can
don't have
walk.
an indoor. That's even. You also add more to it.
No, it's the wind hitting your mic, bro. That's what
They do. I'll
Put it inside
I'll go.
your shirt.
That's what I need to do. I get it
That's
protected.
what I do. Put it inside my shirt.
We try that.
Anyway, yeah, and well, now you can't.
That's all right. I can hear you.
It'll only be a second.
We got stuff, you guys. We still got stuff to talk about.
I got a new thing that nobody has heard of that I've come up with that I hope Jared. I got another thing to add on to the plate, and I'll kind of take the rings with this one, Jeremy. Not add more stress before you go on, but basically, there's a lot of artists and stuff that I deal with from other countries and stuff.
Yeah, I've got about 10 minutes, but I'll be glad to jump on.
Basically, what it is I am looking to try to start some type of fundraise or something that, because to help out these guys that are struggling in the art business, because they do all this art for people over here, including the ones that I hire, and they try to start their own companies. And then when they do the work, people are not paying them and stealing the work to use it for their own. And that's wrong. And these guys, they're really struggling. My guy, Marcelo, does all the work for one of my series, and I pay him well and I take care of him. And so much so they get bad taxed all the time. He's never had a Mac in his life. So when I had the opportunity to mail him one as a gift or a thanks, it went to him. And then the place it went to in Brazil, they told him he had to pay over $300 something just to get it out from the mail that I sent to him as a gift. And he didn't have it. So I paid the $300 just so he can have it. And dude, it was the best day of his life. Well, come to find out, he's got a family, he's struggling, all this stuff. And I try to help him. He sent pictures to me a long time ago of where he lived. Pops, show these pictures of where this guy lives. And this is mostly, and he's trying to start his company up, and he's having a hard time because he's got a family and they tax so much from him. And there's something that we got to do for these guys that really put the work in, because everybody over here is reaping the benefits of their art and success. And they're in another country. They're not going to get these books. They don't have the stores. They don't have the accolades that we do. And that's just not right. So somehow we got to find a way to, help support them, whether it's through, I don't want to say GoFundMe or something, but start some type of fundraising campaign thing to help these guys be able to survive. I mean, you pull one of these up, he lives here. This is his house where his wife, and kids stay. And that's where a majority of the homes that they live in and where they work out of look like this. The computer that he uses has been put together by pieces that he found in the trash. And that's why I sent him that. All of them. And they do amazing work. This guy also did work for Grimm Fairy Tales, Xenoscope, and stuff like that. But he's not getting any great recognition for it. He's not able to go to the conventions. He can't even come to America to, reap the benefits. It's just not right. It's not fair. I can't be the only one constantly giving a little bit extra to him. And there are people out there taking advantage of a lot of guys that are doing this work for him. And somehow I want to help him get his company up and running. He's got 3 guys that work for him that are struggling the same way. And whatever I can do and start up, if y'all can help out and help me think of something, because every bit of anything that I can earn for these guys, I want to get it to him so he can start using the money for his company, because all the money he makes from the art, he has to use to pay for his living, his family, his kids. And so by the time he's done, he's flat broke. And, his daughter's birthday was last weekend, and he wanted to take her to a park, an amusement park, for her birthday. And he said he was short money and couldn't do it. I said, well, let me go ahead and front you the money now. And he says, no, you sent me too much. I said, no, I want to. And he goes, no, I'll make it work. And he refused it. He's humble like that. But he just couldn't do something with his daughter, who was my son's age. It's just not fair. And the work that they do is amazing. And it pisses me off really bad, because they steal his work. And
one of the people that I'm trying to bring into this little conglomerate also has a nonprofit. So
yeah,
let me work my magic, man. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to bring all the right people together.
I would like to find a way to start this nonprofit for these guys. And like I said, all the money that is raised for it is going to be sent to Marcelo, who handles the company he's trying to get started up, because the guys that work for him, colorist, letters, art, they do work for a bunch of other people too. And let me ask you something. Even Katie, who does her own work, and Pops, some people that work over here, to get a interior full color page with letters done, that's in the hundreds of dollars, right?
Well, it depends on who it is.
Yeah, and even more. It could be $200 a page. You know how much these guys are charging people to do full colors, letters, the whole 9 yards, $95 a page. And so people are hiring them to do it, and that's all they make from it. And they're getting all this work, but they're cutting themselves off down at the ankles with it, because they're not getting the recognition for it. And some people are not even paying them the $95.
Yeah, no, they're undercutting their worth because they're trying to, be the lowest bidder essentially.
Yeah, because it's not fair. And I don't pay them $95. Marcelo does the work. I always give him, in the hundreds. I send him stuff, whatever I can do, because in the beginning, before I got to know this guy, I'm like, am I getting scammed here? And then the more I got to know him, the more I spoke to him, the more I saw him, and I was like, this guy's really struggling. And I'm, I can't put all the money I can there to help him as much as possible. But there comes a point where, and he's not going to turn work down because he needs it, but he's basically playing, Russian roulette with it, because as soon as he does the work and it sends it over for them to like it or not, they take it and they never pay him. And what can he do? He's in Brazil. He can't do nothing.
Right.
It's bullshit. I'm going to let it die at that. And Pops, we need to get this going. And if I have to do it myself, I will. but I got to stop talking about it because it really infuriates me because I don't like the way people are treated when they're trying to do something good.
Well, and I mean, just to get your opinion on it. So as far as like, you know, a convention scene specifically, do you think that like what sort of a visual do you think would be appropriate to try and, you know, boost up the artist to really get their name out there when they can't be there for that reason?
Well, that's what I try to do. He sends me physicals, and I try to get his physical works displayed. Every time somebody asks me who does the work, as soon as I say his name's Marcelo Salza, he does work for Xenoscope. He did great. And they all, oh, I know that book. And they go, oh, that's his. Yeah, I know that. So they know the art, they know the book, they know the stories, mine, Fate 68, Dolls, all that. They know all of it. Right. But they never put a name to the work until I mention it. And all I do from day in and day out is try to push his name to let people know this is the guy. But next year, I told him what Gerald's talking about with Soul City, me and him, we finally got our own control over a big, giant convention called Soul City Comic Convention. And I told Marcelo, I said, next year, I said, be practicing up on your English, because if I have to pay for it, I'm going to fly you here, because you're going to sit and you're going to be the guest artist, and you're going to take what you're owed. And damn it, if the way things are going with us and my company taking off and Jeremy taking over my movie roles and TV acting, I'll when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. When have I not said I've done anything that I said I'm going to do, Pops?
This is the way we are, man. This is the way we are. And look, I'm really, okay, November 10th. Okay,
you still working on that?
Well, see, this is what we were trying to be at Grand Rapids that weekend. Remember?
Yeah.
Okay. That was where I was going to take the investor. I forgot all about going down there.
Well, don't you think a Black Panther 2 movie premiere with one of the actors on the red carpet signing stuff would be a better place to take your
this is what
investor?
I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. It's like we were talking about doing that, but now you're messing up our hunting trip and everything. Okay?
Hunting?
They were coming here to go hunting with Monty. It was on his land. It was all going to be, we were going to have him in pocket by the time we brought him to you, bro.
Well, the good thing is
hunting trip earlier and go down there.
Georgia is the hunting hillbilly spot of the South. So you can go in the backyard any day and just shoot whatever you want as long as it ain't human. And now even that's questionable around here sometimes.
Now I got to get Chris and Big Sexy to change that. We're not coming here. We're going to be going down there, and we'll have to change our hunting date for when we get back or whatever.
And it's a better place to be. Because our investors for the Children's Cancer Society and all that's going to be here at the premiere as well. And we're doing it all nonprofit for the Children's Hospital and the research for their cancer. And then we're also got the movie theater there, and we're selling special art design movie ticket stubs. I'll sign them and stuff for people, and they can take pictures if they want. I don't charge for any of that stuff. I never will. And they can go across the street and catch the premiere of the Black Panther 2 movie. And hopefully I didn't piss off the director by giving him my trash where he cut me out. So
I know he's probably going to be at a bigger premiere of it somewhere else, but invite him anyway.
Well, I'm not going to invite him. I'm just hoping that he didn't cut me out the movie because I threw my trash in his food.
Invite him anyway, well in advance, so they can go put you back in if he took you out.
Yeah, anybody that is listening that ever takes a chance on trying to do acting, learn who the directors and the people in charge are before you start throwing trash in their trays and stuff. Just a hint. Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
So November 10th in Augusta. Is that where it is?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
November 10th in Augusta. So Monty, Chris, Big Sexy, Ben, you know what I'm talking about. We got to change our direction for November 10th.
Where y'all staying?
In an RV, bro.
I got a place for you you can come to the house and you can park your RV.
Bus. We're good.
No, I'll give you my home address, bring it up here and park it. and you can stay in it, but you'll have access to a separate part of the house where it won't be disturbing us, and you can actually use bathroom, go to the bar, and there's a bed and stuff, and shower in here.
Cool.
So I got you. You just let us know when you get here, and I'll get you set up.
Dude, we got big plans, Jim. Big plans. Big plans.
Yep.
That's one of the people. That's one of the people we're going to snatch up on the road show.
Okay, that'll work.
That's one of the people we're going to snatch up on the road show.
Pops, to put a fork in it as soon as you get something, because if I don't hear from you within the next couple of weeks on it, I'm going to start rolling on it on my own, but I'm going to let you throw yours out there to me and get me in touch with them, and then I'm going to sit down with them, and I can't do anything without my guy now, Jeremy, since I've contractually bound to him being part of it. But I'm going to do this.
Down.
Yeah. That's, in this state, that's pretty much the theme.
Accurate, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much. It's kind of scary sometimes.
I love it. Yeah.
So, but anyway, did we lose Jeff? Did he have to go?
Yeah, he
said he had 10 minutes and.
Well, but then he sent me a message. His phone he said it's already crapped him out of 2 meetings today. It just ain't working where he's at.
All right.
But he said, make whatever announcement you're going to make.
Well, I mean, I really don't want to. Me and him we're going to be sitting down doing Wednesday, 3:30. Me and him are having a meeting over here at my place and locking down a few more of these things. He's literally all over the place, though. He comes back and he's got 6 more. So we got to get our contract completely signed and sit down and say, okay, I only have to worry about you doing this with me. Any new ideas that I got coming, I can throw it out at you. If you got the opportunity to lend me a hand, cool. If not, then because right now, whatever he does and gets started, I'm kind of like a part of it, like that whole investors deal and this and stuff like that. And I'm like, whoa, I'm missing out on some of these conversations because I'm not able to catch up with him all the time because either I'm on set or he's in South Korea.
It's impossible to get everybody in a meeting together, man.
So I need to just kind of sit down and say, you know what, that's what he's got. Because I mean, I put my life, my career, and my faith in him because he's a good guy, to the fact that I know he won't shut me out or stiff me out on anything that he's got going. So I have, since I'm a control freak and ADHD, I always feel like I got to be in the know. I got to put that to the side and say, I don't need to be in the know because he's got my best interest. And if he gets something started, he's not going to do it behind my back and I won't miss out on it because, like I said, the production company, he wants to work on doing an LLC that's a partnership with me because we're going to do this movie that he's working on, that he got an opportunity to pitch to Netflix now. And when he does that, after we get the company together between us, now the comic books, which I started, and I think he just launched one, are up on the board to say, hey, that movie that we pitched you that we did went well. We would like to pitch Dolls or The Adventures of J.B. Cummings or Saving Mr. Creep or something like that to him. So it's going to blow up. I think within the next year or two, we'll be having a different story and our meetings will be in a building, Pops.
Yeah, well, like I said, I want to get everybody to come down. I guess we're going to have our first in-person meeting probably in November, but I want to get everybody on an online meeting as soon as we can.
Yeah. And whatever else you got going with this RV, that's fine. But the one that
RV is a small part of what we got going.
Whatever you do with that outside of what we've already agreed to do, like the road trip thing and stuff like that, and you say, I got more than the road trip, hey, please don't tell me about it because I don't need FOMO. I'm happy with just being part of the production for the road trip and stuff, picking up artists and celebrities to go to stores and conventions. That's good. That's enough. I don't want to know nothing else. I got too much going on. I'm good.
Everything else just involves me knowing a whole bunch of these people that are kickstarting small And it's like, why not bring them all up under one umbrella?
Yeah.
I know a whole bunch of them, not just one or two. I talked to 30 of them this weekend.
Do you know that a little company, it's not a very big one. It started off on really small with a few artists that came together. It's called Image. You know, remember Image?
I think
that little bitty company.
I think Madness Publishing has a really good ring to it.
Yeah, because I mean, you got Image. That was a huge mosh podge of frustrated artists from all different companies coming together and creating this big thing. And then, of course, some went their separate ways, but then they came back. But everybody had their own titles and creations locked under one umbrella, and they were in charge of it. They got full control.
That's what I'm trying to build again. But, with cool people and good product, people who actually fulfill, people who actually fulfill. And if it's a first timer, it's somebody that we know what kind of work they put into their project, and we're financing the printing. So we don't have to worry about whether or not it's going to be fulfilled, because we have fulfillment. We have everything under one umbrella.
How about this? Because I don't want to lose my comic company at all, Fate 68, but how does Madness Productions seem?
Well, I mean, it all sounds good as long as we, I'm just trying to leave my legacy.
The comic books that people want to create and publish, I can publish for them under Fate 68, and they can have control of theirs, and I'll publish it. Just a little bit of a percentage rate to the Fate 68 company, and then the rest to the creator who's doing it, and we'll publish it under that.
Well, see, now the guy who brings the money in to have all these books printed got to get his cut too.
Exactly. I can't pay for them to be printed and then you get to reap the benefits. So, but I would never want to take somebody's work from them. I'd let them have the control and do it.
No, what I'm talking about is providing the financing so they don't have to crowdfund. That's right. What I'm talking about. Exactly.
Eventually, there will be websites, no more crowdfunding, and everybody's creations and books will have the Fate 68 Comics logo on it, but it's still theirs. That's my dream. I've had a couple of people who wanted to pitch some comic books to me. A certain individual that used to work for me, I was like, I'll publish it under Fate 68 and you can still have full control. I just need, if I'm going to buy this. No, I'd rather do it. All right, well, go ahead. And you went to the point and that was it. But I got the ability, and if I like it and I think it's good and I reach out to you, it's because I think there's something there and it can go far. And I would love to, it would be more of a privilege for me to have Fate 68 Comics on their book than for them to feel like it's a privilege for them, because I only want the best. And by the way, we made out of the top 25, we hit number 7 hot list again. Pops, just like Dolls 3 did. And now JP Cummings hit number 7. Now 7 must be my lucky number because I've hit 7 twice in a row now.
I was really glad I looked at this thing like later in the evening. We launched it, during the show, right? During CromCon Saturday. And I looked at it like, I think it was like 3:30 or something we launched it. I looked at it like when we went from segment 1 to segment 2, and I was like, damn, it's almost funded. And I looked at it again a little while later, and it was like, damn, it's funded.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited about it. I like it. The story is amazing. And last night I was up late because I couldn't sleep, and I started writing the individual series that's coming out based on the character that is introduced in this miniseries.
Did you see how many of those red ones you got to get? You got to print?
Like 68 or something, right?
68, yeah.
Yeah. Look, get the hell out. You really, is it 68? Did I just did that really go over my head? Is it 68 on the dot?
It is it was 68 when I saw it last. Where the hell is it?
It's probably all the way to the bottom and unavailable. Yep, right there.
68
how many?
backers, brother.
Oh my God! How is that not for the craziest number to land on?
That's Fate
Fate
68 right there.
Wow! That didn't even click or register.
Aren't you glad?
Oh my God! Yes. Wow. That's pretty cool. I'm sorry, I got to get a screenshot of that here after a while. That's pretty damn cool. 68. Yeah. So, and then, like I said, people were giving me thoughts and ideas of stuff because I had debated, like, do I want to cross promotion? Do I want to throw up back issues of dolls, or do I want to keep dolls on a separate campaign? Then somebody wanted to ask about dolls, and I said, you know what? That goes back to you, Katie, about what to do. And just go ahead and put it up there, because I went back and I added the next day what people were requesting: digitals of dolls, digital packages, back issues of dolls, and I added it on there, and people are scooping them up because they're really hard to come by these days. I sold out of the first issue of dolls like crazy, and I told somebody I feel it shocked me, but the second printing of dolls, that is probably the lowest print and hardest book that we got that comes out, is an extra thicker book because we put the sketches and all that on the sketch ideas and cover and stuff in it, and it had a variant cover done by Sharon Shiro, and she did an awesome cover. And so the second printing of issue 1 is a completely bigger book with a different cover, and I threw it up on Indiegogo, and we didn't sell but maybe 5 or 6. And I had a print minimum order, and I think I ordered like maybe 15 or something. And the rest of them went in these black box editions. Well, I saw one pop up and sell for $75. I went, what am I missing? And I don't even have one for myself. That's what's mad. And there's only 15 or 20 that exist of that copy, and it's a second print. And that's what's crazy. I'm on pretty much wrote on the very bottom. If you want to scroll to the bottom, Pops, I got the dolls back issues up.
It's Ninja Bimbos. It's our boy Max. Look over there. It's Lily the Demoness. Our boy Luis. Look at that.
Yeah.
We got our people popping up on their little "we also make recommend" list. I like it. All right.
There it goes. Up. Keep going up. The Halloween stuff. Yeah. So I don't know how many I got left, but keep going up. The first printing of Dolls issue 1 that I could find to sell only had 8. The variant only had 10 left. And that leaves me with 2 personal ones to keep. That's it. And everybody wants me to print. I said, I won't print more. I refuse to overprint just to sell because it kills the collectability. But yeah, man.
No. Second printing, you just make it with a different cover, so it differentiates.
I did, and there's only 20 of them that exist because nobody bought a lot of them, and now it's worth more than any book.
And that's why you keep printing them. The more you print, the more those first ones are worth.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do a third printing maybe, but I will not print more of the second printing because that second printing
all of them different. Every one of them different. Every one of them are different covers. You got to be able to differentiate because
I'm hoping that after we do issues 4 and 5 get finished, then it will be able to release it as a graphic novel and put it all in there for somebody to grab.
Collectors don't care about that. We were talking about collectors. Every time you do a printing, you use a different cover. You have to do something to differentiate from the first printing and the second printing.
Oh, I know that. You're talking to a guy that would never buy a book to read.
Every time you do that, that first printing is worth more, not less.
And here's the crazy thing. To be honest, if you start nitpicking when collectors do about what's the true first appearance of something, like they say Venom's true first appearance was in Spider-Man 299 and not 300 because he had like one little panel at the very last page. If that's the case, then the very first appearance of the Fate 68 universe's version of actual Lucifer or Satan is in the second printing of Dolls 1 because I put the final sketch cover or the sketch character full color and all in that book of what he looks like for everybody to see what he'll be when he's introduced into the series. And that's actually probably another reason why it might go up in value.
I don't consider that a first appearance. He's got to actually be in a story.
I would agree.
To be a first appearance.
I would say that too, but I mean, you got people that call
in character.
There's a difference between if it's in a panel and it's the last panel versus being as an add-on to the book.
Well, that's true too. But the crazy thing is when people are taking like misprints of black stripes, maybe going down the side of the book as a variant and selling it for. I was like, okay, well, if you're going to do that, then that to me would be an appearance. So I was like,
but just because other people are doing that dumb shit doesn't mean we have to be those.
Well, who knows? I'm not going to be that guy, but I think somebody else out there probably will be that guy. So, but yeah, my character, he doesn't make his true in-person comic appearance till issue 5, actually. I mean, as the devil of Satan. So, but yeah, those are the retail packages right there. If Katie, if you wanted to get an idea, and I know you said this is your first Kickstarter. I'm by no means an expert on it because I learn everyone that I do. I learn something new each time. And if you really want to figure out the best way to do it is go to the big dogs, the guys that do it all the time. I throw his name out there all the time. I'm waiting for him to send me an email of a cease and desist, but I love his work. But Dan Mendoza, when he puts something out, I always like to go and see how he does it and how he did it because he makes a killing. Him, Brian, he's great. That's Pop's buddy there. And then even Billy Tucci, all them. If you go look at theirs and see what they do and how they put it on there and do it, that's usually your best templates. And always like have something different as a special thing. Like for me,
he does.
Yeah.
Well,
dragons.
I got these and I make them.
Yeah,
So,
and that's the cool thing. Limited stuff is the great. Like this is the regular direct edition cover, but for an early bird deal, people usually who do early birds, they only give you like maybe a cheaper price for the first 30 people or so. All my early birds are for 24 hours. I give a cheaper price, but this one, I said, what can I do to make this early bird even more special and make it a very limited and probably a very rare thing to have? Pop's got one. Flip it all the way to the top, Pops. Let's go to the top of the thing. So that's the regular cover you can get anytime. But nope, too far. Oh, there it is. But for 24 hours, the early bird deal was an actual scarlet variant cover in red lingerie that is only available for 24 hours. That's, so the collectors, they see that makes it special because there's only now that the cool thing is there's only 68 of those that'll be printed for the people that bought them. And that's it.
And I noticed that the lettering is red as well on that. Whereas the other is gold.
Try to make it, and then the first 75
focus on
people.
This right here. I want everybody to focus on this right here.
Yep.
68.
That's crazy.
60. Now, where are we over here?
All of us be at the bottom, right?
All the way at the bottom. Is what I
there it is.
There it is. See? Now come back over here. Damn it. 68.
That's crazy.
68.
That's fun.
And the other cool thing is that if you can, like even with like either your puppets, depending on the cost to do, I actually did, the cost isn't too bad, but I pitched in for that. But is it at the top, Pops? I think it's a little bit more at the top. The free card. Yeah, right here. It's called the free early bird deal. So the first 75 people who back the book will get a free foil card flip, but double-sided of one of the covers that is offered on this. So that's another way to kind of boost some sales. So people like, I would like to have that because that card will be a collectible because there'll only be 75 of them made. So instead of sitting and waiting to see if this thing's going to get anywhere, it gives them the opportunity to jump on board now and be a part of it, But like I said, after the first one, and they see that, because I know from talking to the backers and the people that are supporting me and the reviews they give me, they say I bought the first one of Dolls because I thought it was just another novelty book, but it looked kind of cool. They don't know if there's going to be an issue 2. They don't know if there's going to be an issue 3. So they're kind of just feeling the water. So you're not going to be that popular on it in the beginning. You are on issue 8, so you've kind of got a little bit of credibility that you've established a longevity that they can be on board with your story and know that they're not going to be left hanging if a TV show doesn't get picked up for a second season and the first season left you on a cliffhanger and you'll never figure out what happened. So that's one of the other things, like the big guys and the big tops that do these things, they've got such a longevity of it that they built their credibility up. So, and I think I've kind of gotten to a point where my credibility is like, okay, this guy's not going anywhere. We can get involved in the storyline and where it goes and not be disappointed that we're not going to get the next one. But I don't see how.
How much of a carryover that is as far as crowdfunding is concerned. Because I know in cons, it definitely makes a huge deal on, if people have seen you, year after year after year, there's definitely those people that after they've seen you for X amount of time, then at that point they start actually showing up at the booth and asking questions, buying books, doing that just because they know that you're, steady and staying at the shows.
That is 100 and 1,000% absolutely true. And well, I want to say it is, but I have to say, is it based? Well, see, usually my first couple of con appearances, I set up my Fate 68 booth, but it was also my wife was my marketing and promotions manager for the acting part. We were also set up and as a guest appearance for like the Stranger Things season 4. I was in like 5 of those episodes, and then I did the Black Panther 2 movie. I was in the Righteous Gemstone, so I was out promoting that because that's what they wanted me to promote. But I said, I'm also going to promote my con. So people would get drawn to the table based upon the knowing me in the movie stuff and the shows, but then they would get drawn into the comic part of it. So, but then there were some that came strictly for the comic that I started seeing at every con that I was going to and would always stick around and talk more with me and get more information because they liked it when they first met and they enjoyed it. They say, okay, he's not just here this one time, he's here for a bunch more. So you got to be consistent. You can't pop up only in that. So, and I got to finally get a Pops down to Savannah, and first time we met, and I met Greg Bo Watson at this convention, and me and him became real good friends and talk all the time now, where we're actually about to just hang out when we're here one day. And it explodes. You make more friends. And the thing is just always remembering to be humble and courteous to these people. And
you know what I'm going to do right now?
You got nothing to lose.
You know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to do what Jason won't, and I'm going to actually pimp this book. I'm going to play the trailer.
I can't play the trailer. You know I can't play the trailer. What happened, Pops? Are you there?
I just paused it. It's about to do that thing, isn't it?
What thing?
That Phil Collins thing?
No.
No,
this ain't even Phil Collins. This is a totally different song that they made up with it.
Okay, as long as I'm not going to get banged for it.
No, you can't. I actually, it is literally a rip-off of that they used. It is not even the actual Phil Collins music.
Okay.
Yes, Pops, I have you covered because Kickstarter will not allow you to do any copyrighted music, and they know that it's not copyrighted because I use all uncopyrighted altered versions of every song. It sounds on. Yeah.
Facebook don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, it actually comes from one of Facebook's sister sites anyway, so they got to let it go because there's
I guarantee you I'll get hit for every stream. I can do a stream where I only play my own music.
Yeah.
And we got those third world scammers trying to like say, "Oh, you played our music," and it's like, no, we didn't.
No. Well, that's why I always say
I have to dispute every broadcast.
Well, I got you covered. I remember the last time I had to send that to you too. So yeah.
I mean, they do it every time. They dispute everything. It doesn't matter what we do. You know.
But I was like, I could not. I had to find a copyright-free altered version because it's too cool not to have it. You gotta have that.
No,
it makes it so much more cool. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. You know.
Not leave here in good conscience without talking about this one as well.
Mr. Creep. What did he end up at? Yep, he's got his fully funded.
We still got 17 days left. It's funded. Yep. You're going to get it. He was here earlier, but the wind blew him off the show.
I can tell you a little bit about him. This guy this guy has been created years and years. He wasted none of his connections at all. He knows the guys that have been in the business like for Marvel and all these other big names for years and got them to do one of the guys for Johnny Quest. Who else? There was another guy from Pixar that did all the graphics for like cars and things like that did the Pixar graphics. He did some of the work for it. So he's got really top A-lister guys that chipped in and helped get this book going. So you're buying a very top of the line, great story, great art done in a great whole combination mosh podge of everything that you ever could like.
We gonna play that trailer real quick.
And his is 100% self-made, even with the song, so you're good to go. simple and to the point. Yeah,
like
he's oh man, I just his ideas that he has and the stories that he writes, even this movie, they're so good and great that what the only thing about him that I try to help him out with is like everybody has the jitters. I mean, even Katie, you're on issue 8, so you kind of got yourself, but once you hit that click button to go, the nerves are always gets in your head. Like, are they? Will they? Because
I've been having nightmares about funding stuff. I'll be the first to admit. And I didn't think that it would be that bad going into it because you have no idea. But like I said, this is my first Kickstarter, so all this emotion is new, and it's different from just the feeling of is anybody going to come to my booth and talk to me about stuff and buy whatever, because it already exists. But when it's Kickstarter, it's weird how different it is.
You got to make it you got to put it out there and make it stand out. That's the thing. You got to, and you don't want to just have a regular, like when I do mine and I set it up, I got 10-foot tall banners and I got this one behind me. I mean, my neighbors, they get pissed off that I'm like, hey, this is my area. They asked me to be a guest. And so people see it and they come over. He, actually, that's where I met him, is one of these big conventions. And like with him, he's got such great things going and he's got very reputable people, but he gets into his head that he's, well, what if, you can't what if it. And plus, if your Kickstarter, either if A, doesn't get funding, or B, it's not the amount that you really thought it would do, you shouldn't let that deter you and make you think, well, people are not they don't like it. Nobody likes it. I must be the only one that really thinks it's worth it. That's not it. Because not everybody has read it yet. Not everybody knows. They have to wait. Like my issue 1 of Dolls, it barely made funding, and it wasn't until everybody got it in their hand and read it, and then they were like, holy crap, this is not what I thought it would be. Then when 2 came out, holy crap, when is 3 coming out? So that's what you just got to. I gave more of issue 2 away at a convention than I have any of them, because if you bought issue 1 and people were paying $20-25 for it at that point, I said, well, I felt kind of bad. I was like, they're rare. I was like, here's issue 2. I don't want you to miss out on the story. Please take issue 2. I want you to read it. I gave Pops. I said, here, Pops, this is issue 1 and 2. I want you to read it. I don't even know if I sent you the 3rd link. I said, because I know what the story is. I don't want you to look at it and just say, I'm just going to stick it to the shelf. There, that's the alarm call.
All right. Rocky had to have his say.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the deal. You gotta, sometimes you have to give away a little bit so people can get that. I mean, this is a horrible, horrible example, but that's what crack dealers do. They give you a taste and they get you hooked. The next one you gotta buy.
Right.
Holy crap. So that's what I like about weed. Weed sold itself.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So if your first one, Katie, doesn't go well,
nobody come by that wasn't looking to get
and
them,
I mean, I had nothing to complain about at this point. Like, for a first campaign, I'm on the start of day 3, I'm 20% funded already, so things like that, where I'm sure that if everything continues to stay as it is, steady, every day, we should be fine. But, I can't help but be nervous.
Hey, I get nervous. I'm sure the guys that still do it, Brian Calito, he breaks $100,000 within 30 days,
within one day.
In one day. Lady Death. But, he's been established and people know him, but I'm sure he probably still gets nervous sometimes. What if they're sick of me now? What if I'm going to end up back like it was in the 90s when all of this dropped? And am I going to, it's just, you get in your head, but you can't let that happen. And you just got to get yourself established. And I'm barely on an established mark right now, but I just got to let people know that I'm here for the long haul. And you just got to put it out there. I'm shocked at how much people caught on to it already, and it's only been day 2. So I'd love, and guys, if anybody's listening, and they go over, all the support that I get for my comic, you have to understand, I am making enough to keep the issues coming and going. But until I can do something for my artists, I am sending them more than the amount that they charge because they deserve it. Because without them, there would be no book. So just know that all the support that all my books get until we can get something started with these guys, a majority of it is going to these artists in Brazil or, in other countries that are getting cheated out, that live in these homes that are, to them, are the greatest thing in the world. But, in America, they're dying to get over here and stuff. And we're over here complaining about the dumbest crap I've ever seen. And then when I get a glimpse of that, it really puts things in perspective and makes me appreciate stuff even more, and makes me look down at some of the people complaining that you got to wear a mask in a store. I mean, get over yourself. There's people in the other country that would kill to get a shot to survive and stay alive. And then over here, people are too wrapped up in conspiracy theories. It's just, be thankful for what you got. Be happy for what you got. Stop complaining about what other people got that you don't got. Stop.
Go get it.
Stop bitching about every little thing. Stop saying that this is stupid. Just enjoy your life. Don't try to find bad things about other people. Hey, and if you want to find something bad about me, go the fuck right ahead, because I promise you, if you do, I'll never deny it, because there's no reason to. And don't ask for an apology, because you ain't fucking going to get it. Live your life. Enjoy your life. It's the only one you got, because when it's over, you can either say, A, my life was great and I had a good time, or B, I tried to fight a fight of something that I believed in that never got anywhere because it was a dumb fight and I wasted my life. Because guess what? People have been doing the same things for decades and ain't nothing going to change except the time. So stop worrying about somebody else and enjoy the people. That's right. Everybody has the right to live and do what they want, because other people will choose to have same-sex relationships. That doesn't affect the people in your household. Leave them the fuck alone. I mean, god dang, let people be happy. I have never understood. And then I see people like Marcel and these other artists that I wouldn't bitch about a damn thing if I could live over there, because I'm over here fighting to stay alive and support my family, and I have to dig through trash to find stuff to keep my computer going just to make a living. And then I look over here and I'm like, that's why I don't watch the news. I can't do it. I can't stand it. And I've given all
cable in over a decade now, and it's nice.
Cable don't even exist anymore. I wish it did. I swear to God, if I see that circle on my TV one more time, I'm gonna throw it over the balcony again, Pops. I've already told him I've done it once already.
Yeah, no, I when I was in college, I started basically just buying all the DVDs and stuff of all the shows that I knew that I enjoyed and wanted to keep for the rest of my life. And between that and buying a bunch of stuff on iTunes and watching YouTube, that's all the media that I, other than books, that's all the stuff that I watch, because to heck with it.
Yeah.
The news sucks.
Yeah, that writing, and if you want to see something, like your book, if you want to see something done that you enjoy, that you think would be a great story, and you can't find it, guess what? You're an individual with talent. Create it. Exactly. And the good thing about you is, you can do the physical stuff like your stuffed animals, your puppets, you hand draw, you write, you do all your stuff on your own. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to worry about artists. See, I've got 6 people under me that work for me that I'm constantly, hey, is this done? Is it? No, it's got to go to him. And yes, I appreciate the guys, but they're friends and I look out for them, but business is business. I can't pay you guys if I don't get paid. So you need to pick up the speed a little and help me out. I'm sorry, that bad thing. And I'm always understanding. Sometimes they have things go out and stuff like that. And I have to be like, look, that's not their fault. But if you just happen to be sitting around and I see you posting pictures of you sitting around, maybe trying to have a drink or relax or something like that, and I'm like, wait a minute,
The heck with that.
it's 12. You know, this goes on after 5. I know what time it is over there. I'm waiting for this cover. But it took a bit, and we finally got a good relationship. And like I said, there's nothing I won't do for him. And he's wanting to start his company up and get it going. And I will do whatever I can to help him, because every time he almost gets it 100% ready to go, something at home. His wife and his little boy was in the hospital, got real sick, and was, I think, in a induced coma for a little bit. And he has no insurance. I was like, I couldn't even imagine. So I was like, dude, I'm going to go ahead and give you the money right now.
Right.
For you. And it just breaks my heart, man. And then he says somebody, and I blasted all over my social media that guy that stole his work from him. I said, this guy here did it. And then sure enough, a month later, he got so much heat underneath him when I started and other people did it. And this guy started, why couldn't we handle this like men? You had to, and I was like, you tell him that you didn't. I did. And if he's got a problem, I'm right here, and I'm in the same country, right up the road. Okay. So, but yeah, I'm like, you're not going to take advantage of these people. I'm
get on that again. Now we're trying to sell books.
Yeah, I'm glad that I have the ability to do all this stuff myself, but I do not envy people that, have to wait on other people to get stuff done. I mean, on the other hand of it, though, if for whatever reason, if something does happen to me, it's not so there is always that risk. That's the advantage of having multiple people working on something. But I mean, like I was saying earlier, the comic I grew up on was Bone by Jeff Smith. And so, that was why I'm here doing this, because I wanted to, do something similar in the aspect of I write everything, I draw everything, everything you see is made by me. And I take pride in that.
That's what you should. Absolutely. Because, and here, I mean, the great artists, Picasso or whoever you want to say, they didn't have nobody helping them paint. And when something happened to them, their work, they know they'll never get this again. So you can think of it any way you want. Absolutely. And also, you never know who would pick something up, get great ideas from it. I grew up and owned a comic book shop in the 90s. So I grew up when the stories were awesome from the late 80s to the 90s. And then when everything just kind of took a header, and nowadays with every big top 2 comic book company jumping the shark with stories, I said, I'm going to bring back the stories from the 90s, the old Vertigo, Preacher, those old stories that people loved, that made TV shows out of and stuff. And I did. And that's what I wrote. And I created this new universe based on those things that people used to love. Like you say with Bone, you're not going to find that stuff hardly anymore unless you look into the independent market.
Exactly.
I don't know what happened to Marvel and DC, but we're not going to be able to. I don't think the golden years I think they passed on when Stan Lee passed. So I don't know.
All right, well, guys, it's almost 6:30. I got to.
I know. We got on a great long rant, so I'm going to bail out before I get on another one. Pops, send me all the negative feedback of people hating my personal thoughts.
What I did is I added you and Jeremy to the advisory board group, the Madness, the Facebook group, so that you know who all else is involved. But Chris is in there, Christie's in there. It's RJ, it's our people.
Gotcha. That'll be great. So whenever y'all have a meeting,
Monty doesn't Facebook, so I just got to get him over here, sitting here next to me, and then get you guys all in a meeting.
Whenever that does pop up and you got a meeting getting ready to come, make sure you give me a 24-hour notice so I can make sure I'm freed up.
I would do my best.
Well, I'm the only one that'll probably really truly need it besides Jeremy, because I'll where I'll be half the time. They take my phone and put it on a closed set sometimes. So, but in any sense, Katie, it was a great pleasure talking to you.
Likewise.
Keep doing everything that you're doing.
Yeah,
always.
Thank you.
I get a little announcement for Katie too. Nita Lanning over there at Raging Promotions added you to the Indie Rush promo
Yay!
tape that they put on their network. So you're gonna get a little play over there too. But maybe
Awesome.
you might talk to her about trying.
Yeah. No, Nita and Doc are definitely on my list of.
Oh, speaking of Doc, before I go, Doc, if you're listening, or if Pops goes, Doc, you ain't never invited me on your show. I didn't ever get into for a morning coffee. What's up with that? I thought we were tight.
He's only.
Can you believe this?
He's only been doing it for 3 weeks, bro.
3 weeks? That's plenty of time. That's three. That's 3 morning coffees. That's 3 shows.
He more than happy to have you out. I'm sure, man. You know.
I'm gonna be spiteful. I'm not available.
His show is
You did?
Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. I don't know if you're available at Thursday.
I am open Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. I am 100% free.
I will make sure he knows. But I think he's in that group I just added you to. You can tell him yourself.
All right. I'm sure he can watch this and find out. But like always, I'm going to bail. Katie, It's been a pleasure. Pops, always is. And I'll be looking forward to seeing where everything goes. Everybody else have a great time. And remember, support Katie. And all support that goes to Fate 68 stuff also helps out those guys in Brazil that are trying to get their lives furthered and better. Thank you. And y'all have a good one.
Peace.
Take care.
Bye, Katie.
Toodles. Bye.
Y'all go check out Dragon Child. 1 through
Every
8.
little bit
Just
helps.
get them all. 1 through 8. Go check out everybody's stuff. Look, we're launching Laurie's Friday night right here on this network. Be here for that. Path of the Pale Rider #2. Go check out JP Cummings. Ooh, I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. And God dang, go check out Saving Mr. Creep, Gone Hunting Kickstarter game, all this stuff, man. It's all cool. Play a couple more ads. I'm going to be out. Y'all have a good day.
Toodles.
Secrets. Trust. Worth. The bond between souls intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of dark fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret. Warrior's Trust. And Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
The sun peeks over the horizon. Your excitement builds. The animals in the field start to stir. The forest comes alive with sounds. The sunlight glimmers off the lake, and the mountains start to shed their morning fog. So load up your favorite ammo, grab a few buddies, and head out to make some memories. And tell the rest of the world that you've gone hunting. Gone Hunting is a 1 to 4 player game of family fun where you build a unique hunting ground, scout different animals, buy weapons and gear, and roll dice to hunt. Complete objectives and try not to miss. So let's load up the truck and back Gone Hunting today. See you in the field.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide, an Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
How do you end this thing? How do you put the where's the brakes on this bus? I forgot.
Jazz hands. Jazz hands are done.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit